That's the draft picture.
Everyone is beatable apart from Genji. You really don't
Streamers
wanna have that
learning.
mindset, but it's hard not to.
Especially with
Okay.
tomorrow, you want to bring
Karma is
some
like pick or ban this
momentum
tournament, by the
into
way.
it. You don't just want to
By
be
Ziv. Way.
demolished
Karma
by
is pick or ban.
Genji 3-0. We'll get
Almost a big
into
game.
picks and bans. Genji chose first pick as the highest seed. Lyon are coming in with blue side as their selection. So it's going to be Karma and Pantheon taken away by Genji, and Ryze and Varus removed by Lyon.
Yeah, Genji being consistently banning the Karma themselves, but a lot of these just general power picks.
Hola, Dokla is here. Dokla here. Hola, Dokla here.
The LCK was always just like, you have side selection, we're going first pick. It was only later in series you sort of see second pick get more priority for most of the teams.
Well, we'll see if it continues to adapt as we get through the rest of first hand. Rumble, the final ban from Genji, trying to negate some of the power of big dogs in that top lane. A player that on his day can challenge the best, but on his day can also struggle to have as much impact as he would like.
And I think one of the picks that stands out to me,
Good track.
Me. So Nocturne gonna get taken
Good
out,
track.
so you won't have the Orianna Nocturne combo.
W sound guy.
But you could still secure the Orianna here for Chovy, or if you want to get a jungle pick for Canyon, the Vi.
W sound guy.
Has been an absolute menace on that. It's been very frequent.
Whoever sent the email to the sound guy, thank you. He's popping off.
And in the LCK Cup as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a push towards that.
Let's see what the camera guy can cook today.
Genji, such a strong
Orianna.
doesn't have a huge amount of bad matchups, and later on, obviously, team fight pressure, zone control with the command attack and the shockwave just gives you so much ability to win out on those team fights.
Caitlyn?
Yeah. Where did Lyon want to go?
So I think denying the Vi
Yunara?
is be important, and then it's
Caitlyn?
do you take
Ash?
something immediately to pair up with into the Orianna, or
I feel like
the
Genji
Ashe?
are one of
So I
those
think
teams that
Ashe,
just like
Vi,
slam
pretty strong
Bard,
rotation here. You still
Jhin,
need to
or
serve
just
people
Bard and look for
and
Jhin 4-5, and they are winning this
you have to
matchup.
kind of secure a support to go with the Ashe.
I feel like
We've
it's...
seen that often, but we have seen sometimes like the
I mean, they
Braum
kind of win every
comes
matchup,
through,
right?
so
It doesn't matter what they
Dura is
pick,
the option for
but
that. I know Dura has a really mean blitzcrank,
they're
so
really
that's
good, I
definitely
think,
a
with the
threat
Bard
that you
Jhin
might have if you
in
do
general.
commit to the,
They're good at everything, but I
Surfing, but instead, Inspired
think the
goes
Bard
for
Jhin, no matter matchup, they do well,
jungler,
often.
super high prioritized, but I think Canyon
They
probably
just feel like a
goes
Bard
to
Jhin
Inspired
team. That's
Jack
all
will
I'm
be happy
saying.
though, because when Inspired played up against
Or you
Genji,
take the Seraphine away. I don't think you do, though. I think you
18
slam
months ago,
Bard
different
here.
roster and different
You just go for
format
Bard.
Genji. It was on this Shin Shao
Bade.
that they would pick up one of his
Bade,
two
Bade.
wins. So,
Plus jungle, plus jungle. Bade plus jungle. No, they actually take the Seraphine away. Wow, 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 wow. So what do you play with that then? MF? Jhin? MF? Meepo?
We've seen, you know, years
Meepo,
ago, like
Meepo?
Lulu, when Lulu was a mid laner, Lulu Xin Zhao was super strong, but just buffing up.
In
when he
Korean,
gets to
misfortune
those
is
fights,
Meepo.
has a lot
Meepo,
of
Meepo.
strength.
Like
I
Nico,
expect
but
it's gonna be
Meepo
difficult
with
here
a
for
M and a
Genji
P.
to match, to round things out.
Instead of an
We'll see
N and a
if
K.
different ideas.
Nico,
do you still wanna look for
Meepo.
something like
Meepo,
the
Meepo.
Vi here? Her going in with an encore on top of her does give you a lot of control.
Maybe just
over
jungle here
areas
and
of the
then
fight.
cook
Into
80
the
carry 4-5.
situations
Yeah,
that
I
was
think
great.
so. I think so. I agree.
Into
I
the right,
agree.
knocked
Sound
down
guy.
the bolt breaker, and because of that, perhaps Genji have decided, okay, let's go onto the dance floor in the Cataclysm.
Rain over guy.
Make them do the foxtrot for
Come
us.
on now.
I mean, Jarvan Orianna, super strong
Me,
combo,
me.
especially into an Ashe.
Me,
just
me,
above
me.
lane carry.
Me,
Looks like
me.
they're gonna go for
Me, me,
potentially
me,
Ashe
me.
Lulu, so an
Sound
attack that
guy.
pairs well with the Xin Zhao. Not as strong a pairing with Ashe in terms of the lane, but still can buff it up pretty powerfully. But it does just make me think that, you know, the Cataclysm.
It's Lulu or Milio.
Seraphine Orianna.
It's Lulu or
There's two
Milio.
great targets already. I'm looking at in that bot lane.
Super low mobility.
I prefer Lulu
already
myself.
online. We'll see if Canyon decides to path down there, maybe
I would also
skipping
pick Lulu here.
a camp to get there a
Same.
little bit earlier. We have
But if I was
seen
80 carry now for
invades
the Genji
towards
team,
the blue side red buff
I
as
would
well
look
early
for
on and rotate,
Jhin,
come back round through the Krug
Varus. Varus is banned.
early games
Jhin,
towards
maybe
top
Jhin.
lane. We'll move into the second set of bans. Ezreal taken away by Lyon.
Jhin or
Prodding that
Meepo.
Rune can do on that pick.
Maybe.
And Akali taken away by Genji.
Yeah,
What else is there? You have a really good wombo combo, right, for Meepo.
I wonder if maybe like an Ahri ban
For the
could do as
misfortune.
well. You know, a pick we've seen one of the few mid laners that wasn't sort of toned down on this patch.
I kind of like the Jhin though. Kind of like the Jhin though, especially if they have no tank. Kinda like it.
In this situation with the Ezreal being taken away.
Ruler fighting,
Still has
Tiger
the
Nation.
tools. The Jhin, a lot of follow-up.
Genji
and also
fighting,
a lot of lane power.
Genji
I
fighting.
think Jin Seraphine into Ash Lulu, you're going to have a bit of a tough time in the 2v2 if that did come through.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a struggle, especially with the Deadly Flourish combination with the beat drop coming out of Seraphine for that extra CC.
I played with Reignover in 2015, so 11 years ago. Me and Reignover were teammates. Me AD carry, he jungle. That's how I know him. There's the Jin ban, so I think it's time for the Meepo now. And this is just gonna be mid pick for Lyon. What do you want to play mid here? How about Ding? Wei. How about Ding? Asir. How about Ding? Syndra. One of those three. Or Akali? Actually, I quite like the Akali. Nah, I'm not sure about the Sylas, because you can't lane, no? Can you lane? More so Akali then. I don't know. I don't think you can lane. I don't think you can lane. It's Chovy Oriana. Sound guy. Me. Sound guy, go. Meepo or Renekton? How about Ding? How about Ding, Meepo or Renekton? Otherwise it's like Corki or something. I think it's Meepo, by the way. By the way, Meepo. Kate? Kate or Meepo? Kate? Kog'Maw? Nah, he wouldn't. He would? AP Kog'Maw with Seraphine?
There's not a huge amount of backline threat yet from Lyon.
I'm more thinking Meepo or Kate. Smolder, I don't mind it, you know. I don't mind it. But this lane doesn't sound the easiest. Seraphine Smolder? Yeah, Meepo more so. Because the problem with Seraphine Smolder is you're too weak in lane. I think Meepo makes more sense. More sense. I see it too. But I like the Smolder in general. I'm a Smolder enthusiast in general. Just not this lane, maybe. So what do you pick into the Rennick here with Narband? How about a thing? Ornn! Ornn! How about Thing Ornn? And just go, send it to a mobile carry. I like the Ornn more. The thing is, in my opinion, Ornn is really good when enemy has low dash. It doesn't matter movement speed so much. It's more about the dash, right? And in this case, they have 3 people without dash. So once you hit R1, you're gonna hit R2. I feel like if you're going at tank top, this might be the Ornn angle, you know? Maybe. Because Cassandra gets kited, kinda. But Ornn doesn't. He just goes.
So well against JDG and then just win a team fight around that. After that point, they'll have a stranglehold on the game.
I think my concern for Lyon is the bottom mid matchups pretty rough early on. Going to see a lot of prior afforded over to Gen G there. And also when it comes to teams,
it's a long time ago. Me and the Reignover. 11 years ago. Fully understandable. Not everyone knows about this.
It's going to be a bit of an issue. And if you get caught with a lot of melee champions in those big wombo combos,
I'm actually curious about that. When did you first like start watching League? Or maybe more interesting, when did you first find out about me? When did you start following me? Do I have any 2012ers in here? Keep in mind my first pro game 2012. Anyone from 2012? Any OGs in the chat? It's okay not to be an OG, you know. You can start following later. We have some OGs in the chat. Come on now. That's nice. Thank you for the support. Let's make it another 10 years. Let's go until 40. Come on now.
Especially when you have like the Ashe and the Sylas, if you get like an early stun level 1, and the slows on the Ashe could have been something to disrupt things a little bit.
2018 finals at my friend's house. Like the world finals? W. I mean, not the finals in itself, but the fact that you started following us. Or me. Thank you. Thank you for the support, everybody. I will do my best to make something happen in the future. We keep going until 40, yeah?
Topping the charts.
We keep going.
Yeah, his numbers were kind of crazy. His
keep going.
DPM was like outstripping most of the
I'll try my best to get into a team somewhere, somehow.
So he was just doing so much work, and the thing is, he's not just a carry top laner. Such a versatile player in what he can do. very well-rounded. And live on patch 2606, check out Warbound Senna. A portion of the skins proceeds will be shared across the LoL esports team, so you can support your favorite team with that.
Hell no.
Perhaps have a better showing than
Hell no.
on the Senna yesterday.
Senna has better skins than that. I'm sorry.
It was a little tricky. Maybe need a bit more damage.
I'm sorry, but she has better skins.
Perhaps. Genji have a litany, a slew of damage. Inspired after clearing his bot side is going to work his way up towards this mid lane. We talked about how low mobility some of
I am season 6, I think.
low mobility has to flash away, and
yeah, there was I am in season 6. That's right. That's the one I played Jin. My support was Cly. Johan at this time. And that's when Jin was just released, and I played it at that tournament. Smurfing. Smurfing back then. But that champ was really broken back then, because at this time there was runes. No, wait, mastery points. Mastery points. And you had like Fervor of Battle, Deathfire's Touch, and then one to the left, which was like heal on crit. There was a rune. No, it's not a rune. It's a mastery point. Heal on crit. I don't remember the name. It was Fervor of Battle, Deathfire's Touch, and then the left one. Heal on crit. And it's fine, it's fine. And that one was just so OP on Jin, because you crit every fourth auto. So every fourth auto you'd heal a bunch. Just the sound of that today. Imagine you're laning and then you're like fourth auto, 100 HP. Sounds crazy, no? To be fair, back then there was a lot of OP masteries and runes and all that, so he didn't stand out as much. But imagine something like that was in the game today. Heal on crit. Crazy, no? Like that augment in Mayhem. It's basically that augment in Mayhem, by the way. Same.
Did they even manage to take a tier 2 turret? It's been a little tough, so
when you joined Fnatic as the Wunder Kid, 16-year-old? Yeah, a long time ago. Thanks for the support. A lot of good memories. A lot of good memories. Mostly good memories. We're inting, by the way. That was not worth the cancel. That was not worth the cancel. He oversteps a lot to cancel the recall. He just wanted to cancel recall, but not worth it. Not worth it. Where was I? Oh yeah, a lot of good memories. Mostly good memories. I have a few bad ones, but very few compared to the many good. So
yeah, I mean, it's a rough lane, right? We saw the denial of the Seraphine and then having the MF as
let's try to keep that going. Let's try to make some more good memories.
Add the impact of losing your summoners to that gank. But I think Isles is always...
I think the ratio is basically what happened now with Lost Ratones and Witchcraft is like basically the ratio for me in my career of good versus bad memories. Like Lost Ratones was what, a year and a half-ish of good memories, and then Witchcraft was like what, 2.5 weeks of bad memories. That's kind of the ratio I feel like for my career in general. Something like that. A lot of good memories and then one blip on the radar, and then a lot of good memories and then one blip on the radar, and then a lot of good memories. So you just gotta power through, you know. After rain comes, everybody, at 3, 1, 2, 3, sunshine. After rain comes sunshine. Gotta power through. Fighting.
Is successful in the counter gang, so
after this game probably comes another loss though for Lyon. So there's rain after rain for them today. But might be sunshine tomorrow. Sometimes the sunshine comes a bit later, you know. It's not always rain to sunshine. It could be rain to rain to rain and then sunshine. You just gotta be patient for the sunshine. I think Lyon specifically today need to be very patient for the sunshine. A lot of rain today, probably.
I do have a term for a game like this.
Okay.
It's called a roughy toughy.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it because they're the underdogs, so it's a roughy toughy?
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, nailed it.
Thought so.
Okay, well, Canyon's having a good start to this one already. Obviously made his impact felt early, and with that massive amount of buff prio, and Saint's health bar, I think, feels pretty comfortable to go for this early dragon. Also, a Chemtech dragon feels pretty great because it's not going to be a Chemtech soul,
sure.
But also the shielding and healing. You have a lot of shielding. That 6%, you know, Canyon's got a shield.
To be fair, I'd be down for runes and masteries and stuff to come back as well. I think for me, the issue today is not necessarily that things have changed. It's just there's so little compared to before. Before, you'd have a rune page with so many runes, and then you'd have a mastery page as well with so many masteries. Not always, but there was a time, right, when there was both of them, and there was a time when there was only masteries, and you'd have like 30 points to put, I think, 30 skill points to put in a mastery tree. I feel like now it's like so little, you know? I'd be fine with stuff coming back, but also be fine with just more in general of what we have right now, but just more. I would just like more stuff, I think. Just more complexity. It's so simplified, too simplified at this point. There's how many do you have to put in? Let me check. Runes. You have 6 points plus the shards, so 9 points total. Look, so little, no? 9 points. So little. Back in the day we had runes, which was blue, yellow, red, and purple, and then we had mastery points, which were up to 30, I think, depending on your level. So much more complexity. Now there is 9. If you include the shard. If you don't include the shard, you have 6. It's so simplified. I would like there to be more complexity.
We talked about surviving laning phase. Saint in a bad matchup is, yes, he's 600 gold.
I think that's what I miss the most. It's not necessarily about like old runes specifically or old masteries specifically. I just sidestep. Oh, he has flash still, by the way. He's fine. He doesn't even have to flash. He just knows he doesn't have to flash.
The chase continues with the shield from the help picks out Isles. Saint will be able to walk away.
Nice sidestep on the arrow.
It's been fortunate as well for Lyon because a lot was committed to that play, right? Both ults from the bot lane actually came through there, and we saw how the bot lane was struggling already.
But yeah, we'll just enjoy more complexity, I think. Not necessarily the old runes and masteries, just more. More complexity is better, I think. Kind of same reason why I don't think I enjoy this season very much. This is probably the season of League that I enjoy the least. Out of all the seasons I have played or have memory of course, I cannot remember like how specifically Season 2 felt to play or 4 because it's so far away now. It's so long ago now that I don't remember all the small details. But in recent memory, this season is the one I enjoy the least. For sure. Because everything is just too simplified now. The game is like forcing you to go back to your lane no matter what. And if you path any other way, you lose movement speed. So you're punished for like trying to do something other than go to your lane. And there's only one useful objective in Drake as well. Everything else is kind of whatever. So it's just very simplified, the game. There's no complexity to it. I don't enjoy it very much. And the Fey lights as well. Like, there's no such thing as putting good wards anymore. It's just like, put the ward in the Fey light, otherwise you're punished for putting it in another spot. You understand what I mean? No flash from the Lulu there, so can't do much. But you understand what I mean? Like, it's so simple now. Put the ward in the Fey light, don't put it anywhere else, and if you do, you're punished. Go back to your lane, don't go anywhere else, and if you do, you're punished. Fight the Drake. And that's it, right? That's it. Defend your tower, push enemy tower.
I'm so used to praising Genji.
Yeah, you are?
Yeah, it's
so, like, all the complexity of the game is just like kind of gone.
It's just been so consistently good and keeping the roster continue to level up.
So for sure, in recent memory, this season is by far my least favorite season. I'm really hoping for like some stuff happening next year, I guess. Definitely not enjoying League as much this year as I have the previous years. For example, last year I really enjoyed League. I really did. Especially with the thematic seasons. Oh my god, that was cool. And Atakan, Atakan, I miss you so much. I miss you so much, Atakan. You were the best. Coolest objective in the game ever. Ever to this day, Atakan was by far, like, that objective was fucking cool. And it just changed the game so much. It wasn't GG if you gave it, but it would like warp the game around the objective if you wanted to fight it. and you'd have to play through the side of the map instead of the middle of the map. Just so much more complexity to the game when that objective was. I just really enjoyed last season. There's just a lot of good stuff from last season that are no longer there, that I miss a lot, I think. Last season was great. This season is not great, in my opinion. Of course, we're all different. You don't have to agree with me. That's just how I feel. Run, Ruler, run! Also, he can't really hit arrow when he has W on, so you need to take the W from MF and then arrow.
Into Lulu, it's so easy to proc in different...
You chuck it out, you know? Beat drop, see if you can land a high note or something. There's Canyon here covering Inspired, working his way down towards the bottom side. Duro is ratting for vision on a Seraphine. Now, this is not something we too commonly see. Ratting for vision, where supporters go deep like this, place a couple of wards, and then you often see it on a Bard or a Khan or sometimes an Alistar.
I also really enjoyed, like, the double spawn of grubs, because now, for example, grubs are completely useless, so you're just, like, not incentivized to go topside. I mean, first of all, you can't because of the quest, but second of all, even if you were, you're not incentivized to go topside until Herald, which spawns at 15 minutes. There's nothing going on up there. It's just dead. For 15 minutes. I like the grubs. Giving them felt bad, fighting for them felt fun. There was 2 spawns. Atakan. Yeah, I really miss last season. The more I talk about it and think about it, the worse it gets, actually. I should probably stop. Stop now!
Really able to materialize from Lyon. So if you are Lyon, if we're Lyon in this point, you are miles behind. 4,000 gold, Gen.G, we know they're very good at closing games from this position. But how do we find a way back in?
How do we find a way back? We just have to fight the Drake, and that's it.
Now, there's no Mikhails, there's no cleanse. You have the Ash Arrow.
You fight the Drake, and you hope you win a fight, and that's it.
Are pretty good for isolating a target. I think if you take a 5v5, you're losing. If you find someone by themselves, that's the way into the game, and you just try and do that as much as possible. But the alternative conversation I want to raise is, so we've seen League of Legends change quite a bit over the years. More things added to it, right? What do you view a perfect game as?
So my general view is nothing on the scoreboard.
Okay.
Right? So
if they got one grub...
If they got one grub, I think it is much harder to get a perfect game now than it used to be. I'll preface that, right? But if they get one grub, yes, I do think it wouldn't be a perfect game.
Even though like the 2 grubs is the one that gets the announcement.
No, but you've got something on the scoreboard. Right. I don't count plates because they're not on the scoreboard.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Well, so far
at the moment, yes, Gen.G are on track for a perfect game.
On track for a perfect game. Okay. And so far,
not a big fan of the Michaels first on Lulu. I feel like you gotta get Ardent, no? First? Or if Helia is actually an OP item, you need to get Helia first.
They have an easier chance with the Crystalline Overgrowth to set that up, but right now it looks like Gen.G's setting up for a fight.
Ios does have flash and heal, is forced away, use the wild growth to knock up Canyon.
This could be good. Maybe. Maybe? 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 Looks decent. Only one kill, sadly.
Actually, a great engage that comes through. Duro even gets this beautiful flash ult out, but it's not enough. Ruler tries to channel the bullet time right in the face of Inspired. And the perfect game is ruined.
I was so sure after Duro got the flash out that Lyon was just all gonna die in that Cataclysm in the midst of it, but Inspired finding his mark, summoners used across the board. We'll have another look at this because it is Canyon and Ruler and Duro stepping up looking for the fight.
I mean, Isles, this is a great wild growth to kind of disrupt, and then they go for the Ash Arrow onto Duro. Oh, we're getting more of a fight here.
It's not more of a fight, it's a very quick pick.
Yeah.
Very quick pick out of Gen.G.
Yeah,
the sad part about that fight that they got, or like the one kill that they got in the winning fight, is that it didn't mean anything. They didn't get Drake. There was no Drake on the map, so it technically means nothing. Because imagine that's one kill plus Drake, then you buy yourself time and you don't have to fight the next Drake, for example. But now Drake is spawning in 40. They just died. They lost the Herald here, and they're gonna have to fight again on the Drake. So sadly, the fight win they just had with one kill means nothing. Sadly. Means nothing. Because Drake is everything and Drake was not up. So let's see. Do we fight the Drake or do we give soul points?
Again, I feel like we put him to such a high standard.
I feel like we just fight. No, fuck it. Let's just fight.
Okay, come on.
Just go fight, I
There
think.
was that series against G+ where he did like the 79k damage Aurora game. He was just insane.
Ran on
Now,
ult.
Chovy is
Maybe best chance.
Chovying, and Keen is keening.
Unless Silas gets solo boloed here, then there is no chance. Yeah. It's just gonna be GG, by the way.
Secures that kill on the enemy mid.
Yeah, able to find that pickup. I think
Have soul point now.
A little bit too long for those plates. Dokla getting some alone time top though.
Gonna have to smurf every Drake from here.
Genji, Hex soul at 17 minutes. That's a 22-minute soul if they take it immediately. And Lyon just
Unless we get a steal. Steal would be huge, by the way. Worth? If you die for this? It's kind of worth if you die for this, no? Oh, he tried. He flashed. No, he didn't flash. He just tried to go with E, I guess. Yeah, couldn't. And TNT. Like, I respect that, you know. I respect that. You gotta go for that, I think.
Can't find an avenue into the fight.
Yeah, the immediate CC before he gets the ult out, pretty devastating.
You gotta go for that.
You know, I think you have to go for the steal in that situation. Yeah. Another death for Inspired, it doesn't actually mean that much. It's like a little bit more gold for Genji. If you get the steal, even if the odds are low, gives you a lot of reprieve. So I can't hate that he went for the play. No. I think it was the right move. Just unfortunate how it panned out.
It's one of those you have to, and
Yeah.
you also kind of expect to not manage to do it as well. It's Genji. Their objective control, unsurprisingly, pretty good.
Yeah.
And they keep him away from the pit long enough to secure it. Now with a 5,000 gold lead, 18 minutes in, Genji can take their time with it. They've got Rift Herald as well, if they want to use that to try and get a charge in, maybe crack through the mid-tier 1, just to open up the map a little bit more.
The thing I'm a little bit concerned about, because Dokla's kept up in farm pretty well. Berserker, even with bot lane being a rough matchup, has kept up in farm. Mid lane, less so. There is, like, Chovy has a whole item. It's like a whole item.
Protobelt Oriana.
Now, and I feel
What
like
am I
it's
missing?
really
Why is Protobelt good on every champ?
like you're
I don't get it.
being bulky enough
Why?
for rotations of abilities.
Is it because of the
That's just not gonna
dash?
happen.
Is it the stats of the item? It's not the active damage, is it? It's the dash or the stats.
Yeah. And there's a lot of damage as
Because the
well
actual
on
bolts don't deal
Genji's side.
that
It's not
much
like
damage, do
only
they?
Oriana
At least when I play Nico, I don't feel like they deal a lot of damage. Am I missing something? Why is it so good?
Towards possibly an Infinity Edge second here. If you go in, you are just gonna
Like, if you want the dash, it makes sense. For example, Baus is really good at using that item to dodge skill shots. If the stats of the item is really good, that's also fair. But I don't understand what it is. What am I missing?
Moral support than anything else.
I think having the backup of the team, because there were some flank wards, one of them has actually died. But this is a moment where Lyon could potentially threaten, like, to come in. They don't have the TPs actually at the moment, but like if they could move in on the flanks and threaten. But Genji 5-man strong, really hard to approach.
Saint trying to mark Keen, but Keen has a 2-level lead over the enemy mid laner. 2.5 minutes on the next Drake. That's really what Genji is setting up for, just trying to get some vision in here, steal away as many camps as possible. Chovy is going to find Saint as they both walk towards this blue buff area, just keeping them away from the minions. This is also something, man, the amount of times I said this is something Genji do really well in this game, but something that Genji do that I think not a lot of people will notice is how willing they are to sacrifice a couple of minions for themselves to make sure the enemy loses a whole wave.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I won't actually farm this last shot. As Inspired is caught out, dives onto Ruler with the Crescent Guard. Encore coming.
Maybe.
Flashes over it,
Maybe. Maybe. Ah,
Oh,
close. Gabby gabby. That felt a bit like a rage fight. I mean, it's fine. I don't think they're gonna do Nash here.
Yeah, just so much healing coming out from Duro there. And now one of the problems is Inspired.
But no one was really there. That kind of just felt like rage.
Getting access to it going to be so much more difficult. And Genji, you know, enemy jungler down, don't even think of the.
It was a I don't care, I have to go moment.
Yeah, Hextech Soul in a minute and a half. We're just going to look
Kinda.
towards that. In terms of the
Well,
fight,
Drake in 130.
the Soul, Ruler
Last
being down
chance.
flash is something maybe Lyon can look to capitalize on, but the problem is even if you win the fight, which is I don't think is really.
I would imagine it's the dash as well. I don't think the stats are like
Still gonna be in a really
out of this world good on that item. I gotta check though, but I don't think so. I think it's the dash as well. Like if you think about Baus when he buys it, he doesn't buy it because of the stats, and he doesn't buy it to use the bolts on enemy for damage. He uses it for the dash.
I think with this
And when Baus played Protobelt on his champions, I always thought that's a really good item because he can dodge dodge a skill shot that would otherwise kill him or force him to flash, and therefore he gets an angle that otherwise isn't possible. So for the dash region, dash reason, I can get it actually.
You get the dragon, or you lose the game. You're 7,000 gold down. You know, it's all enough.
Or Chovy just watches Bowser's stream. That's the other explanation. He's either doing it for the dash, or he just watches Bowser's stream. I would understand. I watch Bowser's stream too. Either or, I think.
They've got some shallow vision starting to get set up, but
I'm in the back of the pit, which is nice for them right now.
Yeah, but Genji are moving in to clear out what they can find.
Let's see if they spot the one just sitting in the back of the Dragon Pit there. Canyon on his way down. Dokla a little bit isolated. Inspired did just finish.
Drake in 10. We got a fight now, guys.
That ward in the pit doesn't get spotted.
How about team fight?
That's big.
That's it.
Last chance. Last chance. Everybody here now. Silas, TP now. Wait. Jarvan is inting a bit. It doesn't matter. Unless.
Berserker taken down. Keen still chasing off Inspired. Dokla will get the kill onto Duro, but Ruler, Canyon, and Keen basically untouched.
They got one. They got one kill.
4-for-1 in Genji's favor.
Not bad. Got one.
They try to look for it. They try to get onto Canyon there, but just unable to cut through him. Dokla takes out Duro.
We got one.
It's a small consolation prize.
Oh, this is dead as well.
Oh no.
Oh, tasted purple.
120% gold efficient. So the stats are good, and then the dash, right?
Going over to Genji alongside it, the Baron begun by Ruler and Canyon.
What are the stats?
Yeah. Well,
What are the stats?
it is a best of 5.
Items. Proto belt.
More opportunities.
No, wait, it's not called Proto belt. What is it called?
I just think. Yeah, so that's the MasterCard price this
Rocket
moment of
belt.
the game. Secure the Hextech Soul.
70 AP, 300 HP, 20 ability haste, and then the dash. That deals damage. It's only 2,650. It's very cheap.
Uses that Q in the wrong direction, doesn't really get anything from it, but he's just so bulky with the healing and shielding.
Very cheap item.
And Dokla ends
2,650.
up going for Duro, does actually take out the support, but in the meantime, Berserker dies to the bullet time. Chovy is there to take out Dokla, and Ruler's just basically untouched.
Also, like, Keen just burning the Crescent Guard at the start of the fight. She's like, okay, I'm standing on top of you, deal with me. And yeah, no real surprises. Genji pretty confident after
Lyon
that.
don't look too shaken up about it,
Yeah,
right? They kind of understand the position they're in this game.
Oh, goodness, Inspired.
Yeah.
Flash about to come off cooldown, but still not up for him yet. Tried to dive onto Chovy, but Inspired dies very rapidly to Chovy and Ruler. Charter Crystal out going down onto Canyon, but he's pretty damn tanky, even at only 2 items. Dokla, the only one with a gold lead here on Lyon. Can he maintain it? Goes in with the path maker, encore, lands onto 3, and Dokla will be cut to ribbons by Genji. The charm coming onto Canyon as Saint falls, Isles follow suit, Berserker joins him in the body bags, and Genji will march down mid.
Yeah, that should be game, and we will be going over to game 2. I think in this one, Genji, a lot of power in lane, a lot of power in team fights, and I think the fact it was that Hextech Soul when they already had the Dragon stacked up early definitely did not help. Not exactly an unexpected outcome, but Lyon in for a rough start in the series.
A rough start for Lyon, strong start again for Genji. 17 kills.
Why does MF have tabis? Because you have nothing, no other boots to buy on MF. You cannot buy attack speed boot, CDRs, whatever, Swifties, whatever. So I think if you buy boots on MF, it's also fine to leave them on the 300 gold. But if you buy boots, it's going to be a tank boots. Kind of like Corky, same idea, I think. A lot of times on MF, you just see them not finish boots. You just leave them 300 gold and then you play the game.
I think a game like this, you just have to take it out your mind.
But if you do finish, it's going to be tank shoes for that champion.
Genji to Genji things is how I feel about this one.
Yeah, I want to wipe that from my memory.
Too bad, Raz. We need to talk about it for 4.5 minutes.
Over the
Sir,
game.
didn't the people just saw that game? We don't need to. It just happened.
I go bathroom quick, okay?
It's just pain.
5 minutes.
It's all
5 minute
pain.
break.
Hey, listen, that game was longer than the first game against JDG.
Yeah,
It's fine if Genji bullies everyone in the world, right?
I agree.
Anyway, Player of the game, tricky choice for us. Both of y'all voted Canyon. He is going to be the player of the game as well. Early game was completely dominant for them, and we just have a reel of really where the game was decided, where we felt like it was decided, and it was in the early game, Emily.
Yeah, I think the big thing to me is, because it also could have gone to Chovy, right? But the big thing to me was that in so many of these situations, it's going to start in bot lane with Isles just stepping a little bit too far forward and then just dying for it. This is what I wanted to talk about, though, right? Because Inspired thinks he sees an angle onto mid. They're trying to get Saint into a good position, knowing that he's going to have a tough time against Chovy. Canyon is already there, ends up killing Inspired, and here's another gank onto the bot side from Canyon.
And this one was really fun because, like, they cut out Xin Zhao, who was basically hunting for a gank, and then pushed him off. He then walked towards his, like, the Jarvan walked towards his own control ward in Tri-Bush, and then just took the gank anyways. Like, that was really creative. Then being able to match Xin Zhao after he got flash off Chovy. So he was basically everywhere and matching Inspired, which is what you expect out of him, but it was a masterclass here.
Yeah, and we have an update on Gen G's speedrun update. They have beaten JDG very quickly. They also did beat Lyon very quickly. Game 1 with Lyon was, I believe, we need to populate it here, but 23 minutes was their game 1 against JDG. This game was like 24, 25 minutes by the time they ended it.
They survived longer than
game
1.
Silver linings, but really we pulled up the lane economy snapshot again for this one because of how dominant the early game actually was.
This is the big thing to me because Gen G are so powerful right here. I mean, obviously this is expected. Bot lane does really well. There's just nothing over here. And going into this series, you know, Lyon have to know that the laning, just the raw laning power, before we even get to their objective setups and how much control Canyon has over the early game now, their raw laning power is insane, and you saw that dominance here.
Yeah, and this was not something that was going to be surprising. This is something that they had done domestically consistently, finding small incremental advantages and like just snowballing that. That was something that actually Inspired was very vocal about going into this one. He had an interview with Ethan from, specifically it was they're from DPM, but if you could just see it right here, is a rift.gg, where he mentioned the aspect of like, hey, stall for 15 minutes, win team fights. They're so much better at laning and getting small advantages. And he talked about how kind of creative you can be in chaotic elements in team fights. And if they can find those moments, then maybe they have an edge there.
And this is constantly a debate about how LCS teams are supposed to play against the best Korean teams in the world.
Yes.
Do you try to spam early game or do you try and scale? I do think the one that I wanted to try was to spam early game when we were at Worlds back in 2020.
Yeah.
It worked against Suning, but it didn't work in other situations. This also has worked for Inspired in their first series against Gen G a year and a half ago at Worlds 2024. And I just want to pull up the one good line fight for why I think it's still possible that this could work, just not in a reliable way.
Please give me some hope. Any hope is good.
This was while they were down 4,000 gold. They're nearly one-shotting Duro. If they have one more item power spike, maybe they do.
Yeah.
And even the back end of this fight, killing Ruler, Duro getting out with sub 100 health, and then Chovy and Canyon both having to flash out, getting quite low. You could see if they were to kill 2 more people in that game, the game state could have actually been a little bit playable. They'd be down 2,000 gold, but have scaling. Listen, fully understand that is max cope, but that was at least the idea from Lyon going into the game.
Yes.
Yeah, I will say this is also one thing I want to bring to everyone's attention because
that's a lot of zeros.
We talked about this
a lot of zeros.
yesterday with Team Secret Whales versus BFX, right? It's looking very similar. Look at all these neutral objectives.
I don't want to do that.
That Lyon managed to get. Oh wait, there are no neutral objectives.
Camps are neutral objectives?
That's crazy. But it's at the same time, like, if you're actually trying to metagame it of saying, okay, we're losing every lane, we need to have as much power as possible for a post 50-minute team fight.
Yeah.
All the delayed power things like early Drakes is not something Lyon would even try and contest because they're just trying to like min-max as much power as they can for that mid-game team fight. So when it fails, yeah, you're going to get perfect gamed.
And
Pretty much. If it was going to fail, if it was going to fail more, it would have been a perfect game.
Yes, I will at least. Here's my small sense of cope. Because I think from the drafting perspective, Gen G did it all. Even like having the Jarvan, banning specifically the Gnar and setting up for the Renekton, so you don't even get the weird kind of like counter picks that Doka can go for. Now that's off the table. Hey, Keen now can't go for the Cassante or the Renekton, but he has every other pick.
Sure.
He has every other pick on the table.
Yeah, he can still play everything.
Yeah.
The draft felt fine to me for Gen G. If there was a way that Gen G has failed in the past, I think sometimes their drafts aren't that good, but it's because they win 90% of their games. It's hard to understand what they think is actually good and bad because if they're winning all those games. What we still have are memes though, Raz.
That's true.
You always
In the
have
pre-show,
memes.
if you're watching, we mentioned Berserker 0-9 all-time against Chovy. But what has potentially just activated? I think we need to point out the 0-10.
The power spike! I like it. I'm believing in it.
Maybe power
a
spike.
little bit.
I'm less hopeful after this game, but I
am
do
feeling pretty good about my 3-0 prediction.
I do love the
unfortunately.
Yasuo 0-10 Berserker power spike.
I had 0 faith, now I have 0.1 faith.
Power spike!
That's all we need.
That's something. You're saying there's a chance. Game 2 after this.
Or do you think it's better to do like a T1 and only just sneak in 4th seed and then win Worlds from there because it's less expected?
Do I think it's worse to win everything in the year in Golden Road?
Yeah, but in terms of personal satisfaction with it, does it feel better to fight from being the underdog to win Worlds, or just be like, oh, we were always the best?
You know, I wouldn't personally know, but I feel like it feels pretty good regardless.
I mean, 100% feels good regardless, but it's like, do you get more satisfaction out of the trials and tribulations?
I don't know, it's hard to, you know, there's one player I know who can make the comparison. His name is Faker. I don't think many other players can make the comparison.
I mean, very true. Very true.
You're gonna have to ask Faker that one.
Lyon on the blue side, going to ban out Rise, Rumble, and Pantheon. Nico, Varus, and Karma taken away by Gen G.
This is in Brazil.
Okay, now we get the first pick fight coming through, so that point in clip.
And MSI is in Korea, and Worlds is in NA. So for this tournament, time zone is relatively fine, right? Game starts at 2 and at 7. For MSI, games will be very early morning for us here in Europe. So for example, if I have the first game at 2 p.m. now, maybe for MSI, first game could be already at like 8 a.m. or something, you know? 7, 8 a.m. It's possible. And for Worlds in NA, it's gonna be late afternoon / evening, right? So maybe first game would be like 8 or 9 p.m. and then it goes all night. But I'll try to get rights, co-streaming rights for all the tournaments, so you can always just watch with me if you want. Always welcome. First stand MSI and Worlds I'm looking for.
In terms of support combos, and Gen G just gonna slam down the Ambessa for Keen, so it's not a flex obviously with the Vial.
And then on the in-betweens I will just be gaming. I'm gonna do Korea. Take a small vacation over the summer. And perhaps in August, September. I haven't really made a plan yet exactly what to do in this time, but I'm thinking at that time I might want to like decide more what role to play going into next year. I might have a hunch as well at that point what I want to do next year. It's kind of out the... It's too far away now to say.
Definitely excellent on.
Very true. And with the Vine and Bessa diving onto the back line.
Right now my feeling is I will go ahead as support AD and coach same time, but maybe in August, September I have a better hunch of what feels right to me. Maybe I can focus on one more. We'll see when we get there. We will see when we get there. It's so much until then. Like, there's no reason to think that far ahead. First stand, MSI, Worlds co-streaming if possible. Korea bootcamp and small vacation over the summer. And once we get back from the small vacation, then we make the plan for that. But it's so far away. I don't need to go that far ahead. I don't need to go that far ahead. Don't need to be so far ahead. It's fine. We'll talk about it once we get there.
Last year, I think it was less common for him to be doing this, but now having that range top,
we just focus on the now, focus on what's coming up, and then we deal with everything else. Alles gut.
strength.
Alles gut.
Also just a lot of pressure in the lane. The ability to go in and dash onto the Yunara, who does need to build up that cultivation of spirit to really be able to trade back into you effectively, or to
Alright.
hit the Arc of Triumph as well. Poppy banned away from Isles, no real surprises there. Probably his best pick in my
I
opinion.
feel like this happens a lot of series. It's Renekton played game 1, and then Ambessa becomes like really OP game 2, because Renekton is banned from Fearless. So it's technically as if you're banning Renekton for Ambessa. I feel like this happens in many series. Renekton game 1, then Ambessa is OP game 2.
I think just accentuating what you already have in terms of the dive, and then Ruler can play something to follow up. I feel like Ruler here could just play the Jin.
Poppy ban is good. Poppy ban is like often good, I think. Even first 3, just get that out. Because for example here, when they show Vi Ambessa 1-2 like that, 2-3, they could have done like Yunara Poppy and then keep the Poppy flex, right? I feel like Poppy is just a good champion in general. Against a lot of champs. Just nice to have that champ on your team, Poppy. Regardless if it's top jungle or support, doesn't matter. So I wonder here if Lyon should have done Poppy, you know, instead of Ahri or Yunara. Maybe better.
He made a name on this champion all the way back in his days in the EU LCS, I think it was at the time, maybe the LEC, picking up a pentakill on it, and it will be locked in.
So there's a ton of momentum in this composition. You get a kill, the resets are going to feel really strong. Question is, who is getting you that first initial kill? They don't have like a primary engager yet.
I like Syra Khan here.
Really important.
I like Syra Khan here.
Is leaving it to last pick, leaving that last option available for Isles to have the information. And Genji looks
That's
like
what I would go, I think. Just Syra Khan. Fuck it.
Really simple, just to follow up with the Vi, and also I think Rakan Galio is just so strong.
Oh, it's gross.
You can also play Kai'Sa if you don't want to play Saya. I think Kai'Sa is better than Corki here.
If you use the Gleaming Quill and you trade in well with the Gatling gun,
I would say it's Saya or Kai'Sa, whichever one you prefer. I don't like the Corki so much. He goes for it anyway.
It means that there's no real easy target. When you think about the sort of reset potential of Lyon, there's not like a target you can think, oh, we can just jump on them immediately. They're an easy one to take out. That being said, one thing when you are getting reset...
Now with no Nico, no Nami, no Lulu, he goes for the Nautilus. I don't like it so much. I think an Enchanter would be better. I guess for comp reasons you might need a Beefy Boy though, because you don't have Beefy Boy top or jungle. So maybe he has to. I like the Alistar more, but that's banned. Rel... Maybe Rel better. Rel or Nautilus? Nautilus? Can't be Brom, not Leona. Yeah, Nautilus or Rel, if you need a beefy boy with Alistar ban, Rakan taken. Not sure about this one. I prefer Enchanter, but if you have Viego, Aurora, top jungle, maybe not possible. Maybe then Nautilus or Rel, best you can do.
I like what I'm seeing from Lyon though. It's heavy skirmish. We didn't see them take that many fights deliberately in game 1. Apart from that one around the river where Inspired was able to pick up Ruler. I'd like to see a little bit more impetus, a little more get up and go from Lyon in this game.
If you let Genji pull off their engage, I think you're gonna have a really rough time. But if you get that first initial pick with the Nautilus, with the Ahri, you get the momentum. That's why I can see the avenue here. I do really like Genji's composition, but
I'm fixing the back screen. Sorry, should be fine now.
Compared to last game, better lane matchups. We saw mid lane really be a struggle, bot lane really be a struggle, top lane, I think Dokla was doing better than the other lanes, but still behind in terms of farm. This time, I think you have an advantageous matchup in the top lane. You know, you have range versus melee in the mid, and bot should be more stable.
Yeah, I have to see if Lyon can keep things stable through the early game, as Chovy on this Galio is just going to spot out Inspired. For Genji, business as usual. It's a very Genji comp, right? You have solid dive from Keen and Canyon. You've got Ruler on an AD carry that can do a huge amount of damage later on. You've got Duro there. His ability to be everywhere on the map, get vision in before objectives, but also be that follow-up engage. And Genji loving life with these 5 picks.
You know, it's interesting because we saw the change that did happen for Genji that we've talked a bit about was Ryu, who was the coach, the BNK Fearx coming from that team over to Genji. And I feel like these sorts of drafts were very indicative of how BNK Fearx wanted to play last year and the sort of things they would draft. Having like that late engage, easy sort of, and we've had this game.
Let's see what they can do, yeah? Let's see what they can do. Maybe they can do something.
And with the team as strong as Genji in those 5v5s,
maybe.
It feels a bit unfair.
it's one of those, I think a lot of people, when they look at great teams,
Maybe.
say, oh, they play complex things well. As Ignite goes down onto Ruler, doesn't have the Valkyrie right now. Gleaming Quill available for Duro, but he can't get in range to
Nice
heal
trade.
Ruler. Great trade from Berserker and Isles there.
Yeah, really good trade, and I love they go for the Ignite. So normally we've seen heals so much for supports, but Duro doesn't want to heal there because the healing's reduced, so he holds it, he saves it, and that means you don't get the movement speed, so Ruler's trapped into the trade for longer. Berserker and Isles, you know, game 2, they're coming to play.
Yeah, really nice early trade. Good hook from Isles to start things off. Level 2 now for Ruler and Duro does mean they're a little bit
Nice
safe.
hook.
Another hook's going to land. Gleaming Quill on Duro will heal up Ruler.
Hold.
Okay, look, we're 2 minutes into the game. This is already looking way better.
It's massive. Good stuff for
They're cooking.
For the Lion bottom lane.
But cameraman is not. He's freezing my stream. Yo, cameraman.
In every role apart from support right now for them. Dokla getting the push into Keen.
I didn't drop frames, did I? Nope.
And Keen having to sacrifice
did
at
not.
least a couple of minions out of this wave just because of how much pressure Dokla can put down.
You know I use barrier to get the recall through.
His recall off.
Yeah, good move there, picking up the coal, so has that investment coming through. And Ruler not going to be able to max out as obviously he wants to get his tier.
I feel like in general this season, if you can do 3 waves into base, it's a good play. Because you get back in time for the crab anyway, so you can contest the crab. And cool is a nice item for many champions, tier is a nice item. And if you play with that in mind, like if you start the game and you're already in the mindset of, I'm gonna do 3 waves into base no matter what, then you can use your potion aggressively, you can use your summoner aggressively, because there's nothing to save for, right? Like if there's a fight on the second wave, you know, okay, I'm basing on the next wave, so let's just use everything. Why not, you know? If you go into the lane with that mindset, I feel like it might like help you play more aggro and yeah, set you up for something nice, like with Yunara cool, with Corki tier, with Jin boots, let's say with Saya cool probably, with Sivir maybe cool as well. I think it's just a nice, like, small little objective for you as AD carry. 3 wave into base. I guess it's same top lane, kinda, but I don't play top lane, so I can't tell you for sure. I do play AD carry, however. And I'm thinking this season, because of the change to Cannon Wave, maybe 3 wave into base is correct again. Because last season, Cannon Wave was wave 4, and then it was obviously not correct to base on wave 3. But now with Cannon on wave 3, I quite like it. Just 3 wave into base, and play really aggro until that point, then come back with whatever you're in need of. Tier, cool, longsword, boots, potions, and then you play. That's like when the game starts, you know. I kind of like this. I think I want to try more in my games. Just 3 wave to base, no matter what. See how it feels.
Not actually costing Ruler too much in terms of CS. Saint's going to get taunted up here by Chovy. Smashes him with the Petrocite hands that he has. I think that's the thing that's, you know, as much as things are going good for Lyon, and we know that from what Inspired said before the series, the game plan... Oh, ooh, Valkyrie down onto Isles. He has to flash away, but the flash follow from Ruler and Duros, and the auto comes out. Isles just oversteps a smidge. Berserker now getting chased out as well. His barrier almost back off cooldown. Inspired coming in from the side as well. Flash, Spectral more, knock up with the ground entrance barrier as well. Inspired, look for the kill.
Oh, he got it at least.
He'll get it. He'll go into the
one more? Oh, close. So close.
For his kill with his life. Canyon takes him down.
So close. At least he got one. At least he got one.
Feels really unfortunate for Lyon. If Inspired was able to get more momentum there, get the kill onto Ruler, then Duro, would have maybe be able to escape even from Canyon, but unfortunately slowed down so much. The peel in that comes through, able to delay those resets from coming out. Isles just overstepping a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit too far forward, but still, really good start for Lyon. They are within 100, 200 gold, 6 minutes in. Public execution not hitting from Keen as Dokla uses the ultimate of his own just to dodge away. Keen, though, does have this wave in a really nice spot, and Dokla doesn't have too much mana. Let's have the TP if he just wants to go back and then teleport to try and break this freeze.
Yeah, neither top lane having reset yet. Both just kind of holding out, keeping each other accountable in this situation.
I'm going to kick off the Drake. That's the first move. Canyon only just coming past his inhibitor now. So this will be the first neutral objective of the series for Lyon. Let's have another look at
Gatling
this.
gun! Sound guy! Sound guy, no!
Going in for the fight.
Yeah, after
No!
shield down, gets CC'd, and Ruler Valkyrie's over him, and the Valkyrie, even level 1,
9
so much
sound
damage.
guy, 9!
Caught off guard, and then here Berserker's trying to trade back, but has to back away eventually. And then here, Inspired sees the free kill, but the barrier comes through, the healing as well.
Douglas should be able to walk away
He's
from
dead.
this one, but perhaps not from
Ult.
Canyon, who's on his way across. No
Auto attack. And Q out. Bye bye. Clean! Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky clean. Squeaky clean.
Really good in that situation, so kill set up by Keen,
Squeaky,
but
squeaky,
finished
squeaky
off
clean.
by Canyon, and they will have a gold lead now. But still not super substantial. Lion did get that early dragon.
Oh, knock up there onto Berserker. Good hook out of it, but Ruler hits level 6, has those missiles, hits the first onto Berserker, hits the second two. Not quite enough to take down the Yonara, but will force Berserker out of lane.
Found a great angle there. Ruler hitting the level 6, having that power spike. You know, the Yunara's level 6 so strong, but not being available. And also Duro using the spellbook Ignite for that extra pressure. So we see some heavy trading back.
Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky clean.
Maybe,
Beep, 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 beep,
I
beep, beep.
think they were wondering if perhaps they could go for the
Very
invade
clean.
onto Inspired here. But they'll back
By
away.
the
You can see
jungler.
Canyon just going up towards his own blue side once
I feel like a lot of people there would just go for like Q flash and fail and then die. It's the correct way to do this. Ult, auto, Q out, or even worst case, Q and flash out. Instead of flash in, for sure.
Very large window
For
just
sure,
to take
correct.
it. It's like, I don't really need to be doing anything else here.
I think as well, a lot of junglers will just do like the 1 for the extra XP.
Public execution onto Dokla, but he goes between worlds and dodges away. Keen trading back in with that shield.
I'm best champion. Everybody run. Everybody run.
Rushing the eclipses, we see a lot of
I'm best champion.
moving, and Hexdrinker with the magic resist doing a lot
Cannon!
of work into Dokla, who is struggling.
Dive in for that. Dive in for that. You lost the cannon. You gotta dive in now.
Yeah, Keen really playing for this lane.
Dive, 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 dive.
Gain control. Good threatening to dive, maybe.
Dive, dive, dive.
Weird and clears out most of the way. Keen looking
Oh
for the
my
dive.
god.
It
He's too good.
wasn't a threat, it was a promise as Keen takes the kill.
Well, he lost the cannon, so he had to go for it.
Slows out Dokla in top
There was
side.
no other way. You lose that cannon, you gotta go.
Having this flex pick that you put the Aurora in
Just
top
gotta
lane
go.
this matchup, and I know Canyon ganking definitely didn't help Dokla, but Keen getting a solo kill there just makes you really concerned, especially with how
I
strong
like the
Becky
lane
becomes on
ganks.
a
The lane
1-9
ganks usually work. It's a little bit early for lane gank in the game though, because they still ward lane these timers, usually. As you can see, like here is a ward, for example.
Hexdrinker towards
It's very common, okay? Mid-game, lane is not warded, but early game it is, because it's very common when you like, if you're laning a top laner, da-da-da, laning, killing, pushing the wave, the last thing you do is drop the ward. And it's same for both. Da-da-da, killing, pushing the wave. Last thing you do, drop the ward before you base. You can see it right there, you can see it right there. So early game, lane gank is not that good. But mid-game, it's great, because no one does that anymore at some point. It's an early game thing, to push the wave and to drop the ward while you're basing.
Yeah,
Doesn't
I think
happen
with the
later.
lane advantages, Lion's not getting
So
as
I
much
think that
farm
Viego
as
gank that he tried now in like 5 minutes will
like
work
Genji
for
did
sure, you
once,
know.
but, you know,
5-10 minutes,
Inspired,
easy.
as he said before
Right
the
now,
series,
maybe not.
It's just to stabilize lanes and get to a mid game where they can fight. So that's what we're looking toward. It does feel unfortunate that game 1, Genji got the early dragons. They get like the Chemtech Ocean into Hextech Soul. Lion get Hextech Mountain. If it's a terrible soul, I'm gonna feel so bad for them.
They do still have to do the next steps of taking the next dragon and then...
See, doesn't work early game. It's warded. It's warded. Can't lane gank. It's warded. He's gonna dive bot now, by the way. We're standing on a ward top. They're gonna dive you bot. Yo, yo, yo. Run, 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 run. It's dive for dive. Does Ambessa outplay with ult? It's dive for dive. Yonara is not playing the game. She outplays this, by the way. She outplays this. She outplays this. It's 1v3. Outplay, outplay.
Still Keen surviving through it. Isles will Dokla will follow. Inspired will come.
Oh!
Flashes away from the hero's entrance.
2 for 1.
A double of
Ah!
those for Keen as the TP comes in from Duro. They look to collapse onto Inspired, but he will...
Everybody
be able to escape.
run!
The fact that Inspired gets the kill and manages to get out before Chovy, it could have been even worse. It could have been 3 kills coming through.
Everybody run.
Duro even coming through with a teleport. Just a devastating situation for Lion there, trying to kill Keen and 2 go down. 3-1-1 now for the Ambassador.
Best boots for Ashe. Attack speed always. Always, always, always on Ashe. For sure.
Three plates go over to Ruler. He has a 50
For sure.
lead as well.
Always
It's
attack speed on Ashe.
100 gold ahead now for the Corki. And Keen is still 1,000 ahead himself.
Oh, man. Yeah, going from bad to worse in this situation. This Ambassador is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So see the buffer on the ultimate from Isles, beautifully played. And then just buying as much time with the cooldowns, gets that shield in as well, focused down on Lyon who had aggro. Dokla grabs it with the tower ramped up, and then Inspired, dashing and then flashing to get out of the knockup just in time. Because with how ramped up the tower
He was
was,
dead. Yeah, one or two more tower shots would have definitely killed off Inspired. Gold lead shrinks a little bit for Gen G, but with the quickness going down onto Isles, he does have the flash, might try and dash out of this one. Charm onto Berserker as well, who continues to trade in. Isles perhaps looking for the hook onto Duro. As a flash of his own goes for Ruler. Ruler flashes back into the brush, but Berserker continues to trade in. Flash in from Isles, Ruler low. Lyon winning the 2v2.
They get wiped though
but
for it.
Canyon's here to stop
Oh, it's
the
such a
midnight
good
tracks.
play, no, with the E there on Vi. Oh,
Berserker gets another.
he had vision? He had no vision.
2 with a 2v3.
But I guess W gives vision.
Bot lane coming alive.
huge play there from Berserker and Isles.
When he kills Rakan there at the end, he has no ward in the brush, but he gets vision from his W. Buffering E there with Galio, nice.
Find the chance to do.
Really nicely done from Lyon's bottom side. Because Canyon was there, though, it will be their first Drake of the game going over to Gen G. Canyon
Oh,
now
yum,
4-0
yum, yum.
and 0 on this Vi, and you can see the comparison in the Coinbase gold grind between Canyon and Inspired. Pretty even in terms of gold, but Canyon has been having a whale of a time when it comes to picking up kills.
I think it kind of shows that Inspired has been keeping up. He got those couple of kills. He's been farming quite well.
This could be something, by the way. He has no flash note. He's just dead. Just dead.
The Spirit Rush, Isles will take the kill. The chase continues. Great charm from
It's
Saint,
fine,
just
it's fine.
taking the heels of Canyon. He has to Vault Breaker away
He
from
flashes
the
at some point.
A hero's entrance.
He ulted back in!
Back in.
He ulted back in!
Will they follow up onto Chovy?
Wait.
Inspired's gonna steal away the Vi. And Chovy just gets out alive. Meanwhile on the top
We
side.
have a game, maybe. Maybe.
Good news across the rift
Maybe,
for
maybe.
Lyon, even though Dokla is not having a great
Don't
time
look top
matching,
though,
just
but
escape.
maybe. Don't look top.
Thing, and
Anywhere
that
else, camera guy.
lane is
Anywhere else.
huge.
Just pretend top
Get the
doesn't
initial pick,
exist.
and this is what the
No,
Conquest
no,
do.
no.
The reset potential
Somewhere
is
else.
huge there.
Look somewhere else.
And the goal
That's
lead less
right.
than 1,000 now.
Yeah.
That's
Really
right.
good stuff all round from Lyon. Isles setting up as well with a couple of great hooks, and then Saint coming in with the follow-up. Look at this. Duro thinks he's safe, but a good first hook into depth.
I kind of want to see
Duro now
the
looking
bot
to battle
fight
Lance,
more than I
Canyon
want to
can't
see
get
this.
there. Saint with a great charm just on the
Match
heels of
range,
Canyon.
yeah.
Should have flashed out. No here with Vi. At any point, flash and then stay out.
But it's not
He looks
enough,
back
and
in.
goes back in. He's like, I'll set it for Chovy. Just
Crazy boy.
going down himself. I think
Crazy,
probably
crazy
goes
boy.
away.
Yeah, I agree with that. And you can see they were looking for Inspired, but Inspired, when you get the passive out of the Viego, you get that health back. Makes it so much easier for you. Saint now 1,200 gold ahead. Had a real struggle in the lock-in Swiss stage online. Lyon generally had a real struggle going 1 and 2. But in playoffs, this guy really came to life.
And starting to do so in this game with a big goal lead now. 1,200 to get ahead of Chovy. And if you have a Fed Ari, a Fed Viego with this composition, it's going to be so significant when you get those first kills. The momentum you get is huge.
Lyon in the lead. 15 minutes in, still 3 minutes before Chem break, so we've got a while.
Close
There's a
to
rift going on.
you know,
Yeah.
Chemtexel, when they start to get dragons.
Not exactly what you want. And the problem for Lyon is going to be King.
Yeah.
He is so damn big.
Don't
right
look
now.
top
You
lane.
have to, like, we saw yesterday
Anywhere
G
else.
versus
Anywhere else,
G2,
cameraman.
obviously
Just look
that's
somewhere
all
else.
stuff.
Oh, I did
And then
see
it looks
that.
winnable, no?
I did see that.
Yes.
Absolutely smurfed on
Which-
G2.
on
absolutely-
G2.
Yeah, on G2.
Looks
Yeah.
good, looks good. Lane gank, lane gank. Yeah. Lane gank. I like
Oh,
it.
Europe.
Yeah.
And that's the LEC,
Good
right?
place to
That is
be
the LEC.
at this time of the game.
Look, you can try and mock me here.
And
LEC
no,
really
NA is
seems to
so
have
back.
more top
3-1
players.
Gen
It's a
G
top
incoming.
If it's an
Hey.
international tournament, that has to happen.
At least
No
you
AI
gave
comments today.
Screenshots.
It's true. It joins the 20 other ones of Aatrox's just slamming onto G2 on repeat. Or a cannon slicing Maelstrom or something. But yeah, like we've seen what an Ambassador can do, especially after you get towards the Death Dance, especially after you get towards...
Okay, now look somewhere else. Don't look bot lane. Don't look bot lane. Look somewhere else. Mid. It's a scary Ambassador. Don't look at Ambassador. Look at somewhere else. Cameraman. Yeah.
Lyon actually start to
Are we fighting this or no?
in the side lane, or how do they
I guess not.
negate the pressure that he's going to apply?
I think the thing is, Joker has a lot of wave clear and is
guess
hard
not.
to pin down. Keen has been pressuring him, we've seen that, but he hasn't been killing him the last couple of times. He hasn't been able to dive him.
Oh.
Oh, public execution going on to Saint, who spirit rushes away. Saint loses half his health and his tower.
Scary
Even
Ambessa.
with the charm connecting, Keen very happy in this matchup.
Scary Ambessa that might 1v2 my mid jungle.
Holding on to his flash for now.
I feel like he's gonna 1v2 this, by the way.
Spirit rush available to save him. He just dives in.
Help!
Stun. Keen now beginning to retreat, realizing that he doesn't have a huge.
Okay, the Viego damage. Viego damage.
And they could negate the pressure of
Nice.
Just exactly like that, yeah.
How was that not a shutdown, by the way? Wait, that was not a shutdown? Viego didn't get extra. Okay. Yo, he's cooking. He's cooking. Let him cook. Let Inspired cook. How was that not a shutdown on the Ambessa, by the way? Was it? It wasn't, was it? Nice. Nice.
What game one? You know, just forget about
Oh, sound guy. The Gatling gun needs to go. Not the Gatling gun.
He was waiting for the moment to flash against a Viego. You're thinking, okay, I'll flash still, I'm ready for it.
That final order did a ton
I'm
of
pretty sure
damage,
that crit.
And then
How does he crit? He doesn't have crit. Does he have crit?
So much mobility. We talked about it in draft, and they can follow up with a heartbreaker reset into the reset.
Well
Gets
played.
the kill. And Dura really can't do anything at that point.
Yeah, don't be scared though. They can't kill you ever. You are so OP.
Oh shit.
I guess he had a crit cloak. He had 15%, no? This Viego right now, 15% crit, no? So the crit on Ambessa was 15%, like 1 in 7.
Describe the situation, you know, Inspired given those sharp calls
Is that
expected from him.
1 in 7? Doctor Strange was how many? 1 in the many millions? Viego is 1 in 7.
Yeah. Drake taking for Genji.
1 in 7 crit.
Dokla currently on the top lane tower. A 2,000 gold lead about to extend for Lyon right now. Items beginning to come in across the board. 2 for Berserker.
What did Doctor Strange actually say? It's 1 in how many million?
Collector, Kraken, Last Whisper.
Yeah, he's strong.
I don't remember. I should watch that movie again.
And honestly, he can just kind of run rampant in some
I should
of these
watch that
fights. And I
movie
think
again.
One of the problems
It's a
with,
good movie.
You know, with the Viego being so fed, is if you try and focus him down, he has the ult to buffer. If he gets a reset, then when he has those frames where he's untargetable.
14? 14 million? 1 in 14 million? That sounds about right. I think I remember it like that as well.
Yeah.
And if you avoid them, Genji can suddenly find themselves in a really bad spot.
Yeah, much agree.
Yo, winnable, no?
Wonder if in the full team
Yo, can win.
it's
Proto Belt Ori.
I still favor
Are we gonna see a Proto Belt Galio as well? We are, no?
B5.
Those items he's buying right now, those are for Proto
But I
Belt.
can't just only use the
Fiendish Codex and HP is Proto Belt. So he's buying it as well.
Kind of more clumped together, and you get this flawless Genji engage. It's going to feel great for them.
No, he's
Whereas
buying
Lyon, I think you might find it a
Leandris?
bit more
No,
split out.
Riftmaker?
Someone's
Riftmaker
like
maybe.
Duro's up to the side, maybe looking for a flank.
multi-skirmish team fights.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you start it off with, you know, Duro was trying to find a flank angle, we killed him, and that immediate momentum starter for the rest of the fight makes it so much easier. So we'll see if they're able to pull that off. It's not obviously going to be the easiest thing, but this is such a great spot to be in this game.
Really solid stuff so far from Lyon. As Keen spider senses tingling a little bit. Yes, it's brand new day. It's tingling. Tingling a little bit as Inspired and Saint are waiting. Keen will begin to step up. Doesn't have the flash.
Yeah, I think that's the danger point. He does have backup with
you can
the Galio.
see Chovy and Duro both moving down.
Yo,
through the
cameraman bot lane, no?
And in there as well. There's the charm. They'll look for the damage. Hero's entrance onto Keen, who tries
No
to
way.
jump with repudiation. Public execution as well.
No way. He lives? No. 9. Ambessa champion. He
He was
lives?
immediately ready to come in for the support. You know, you have the Hex Drinker, you have the Magic Shield from
Nah.
the Galio. Really just limited Saint's damage, and Inspired just wasn't able to do enough on his own. He has Collector as well, remember, so he really needs to get him below 5% and just wasn't able to do so. that gold lead
Just
that
lives,
we
by
saw
the way.
Lyon have, with this tower going, I think it's just gone.
This goes from 2.5k to 0 in the space of 90 seconds as the Ripto charges through mid and Gen G get their third turret of the game.
Not the best 90 seconds they've had, but it's still, you know, I think it shows how things can go wrong for the composition. They were super patient with this play. They waited to get the charm out of the fog of war and layer the CC. The thing is, Inspired
She just
ulted
doesn't
a little
die.
early 'cause he wanted to get
Tavi's,
the
Hex
kills
Drinker,
basically,
Galio ult shield.
but he didn't
Her own
much
W.
execute damage on it, and Keen just able to survive. Look how low he is.
Hex Drinker in the hero's entrance really saving Keen.
Sound guy forgot to remove the Sonya sound.
Gets the repudiation.
Sound guy is not popping off today. Sound guy has Gatling gun and Sonya sound and whatever else cooked up in his replays. Sound guy is not locked in today.
Let's escape at that point. You have,
Yeah.
and if Viego's stolen Mbessa, he can dash away. He's got Heartbreaker over a wall. You've got an Ari who has Spirit Rush. She can try and escape as well.
Or at least buy time for the rest.
They're gonna do one more. One more turn on this Ambessa?
And I think it shows
Nah,
that
I don't think so. No. Nah.
Do you get the momentum, or if you
I think just leave her now.
fail to get
Just
one
leave her.
kill, that can just cut you short completely.
Definitely can. Gen G once again taking the lead in the game.
I don't see
60
it.
seconds before we have
Go for the Galio, no?
Chem Dragon on the Rift.
Which I don't think the Chem Dragon's amazing for Lyon. I mean, it's decent for like a Viego, but I actually think for Gen G,
Avoiding the initial burst.
yeah,
Get a soul.
and for champions like Ambessa, Vi, and the Galio, it's a good amount of value. So if they do get that Chemtech Soul, it is going to make things tricky for Lyon in this game.
Definitely agree with you. Keen still way ahead of Dokla, who is currently matching Chovy on that bottom side. And it looks like they are going to send Saint as the one who needs to deal with Keen, who still has his flash and his ultimate available. Canyon hovering around him, Duro on his way across as well. Good vision control for Gen G around this barren pit. They could just start to look to play around it themselves. Saint with the teleport could join from the bottom, sorry, Dokla with the TP could join from the bottom side. But he's getting forced out pretty handily by Chovy right now.
Yeah, I don't think Dokla has a fun matchup.
Oh, public execution, they're just diving onto Saint. They go in with a
Kind of a slow to join.
Saint's gonna spirit rush out.
But anyway, winning.
Follow up and Inspired try to dive in, but
Anyway, winning.
Gen G find two spirit rush away.
They're so OP, no? Ambessa ult, Rakan ult, Galio ult, Vi ult. They're so OP. No one can survive that. Doesn't matter who they target. They just can't live this.
Yeah, I mean, they're just so decisive when they start the fight. Initially looking for the Ari, and the Ari a hard target to follow up on, but Inspired goes in, and they just turn onto him, and as soon as he dies, it's just hard to see a fight that Lyon win from there. Baron going to be secured by Gen G. They're TPing in mid as well, so not even really an angle for Lyon to trade for the Dragon. And that gold lead's going to be blown open.
It's so tricky, because Gen G call, we're just...
Sound guy!
Jump onto Saint, and then...
Not the Gatling gun.
Maybe I can get in, goes in with a Heartbreaker, immediate charm for Duro.
At least no Corki next game. The real winner of this game is the fact that there is no Corki next game. It's the spectator. It's us. The real winner of this game is us. We don't need to listen to Gatling gun next game.
Not fun playing into Keen right now. Feels like Saint and Dokla
That's the real winner.
just avoid him. But he is level 17 now. Problematic.
No more
He's just
Gatling
so
gun.
bulky, so much healing as well.
W.
From the extra ranks in the ultimate.
Yeah, what are you doing to him, man? It's Spear, Eclipse, Hex Drinker, Steel Cap. So even if Inspired is there, his damage isn't really doing too much.
And I think the concern is you're getting to the point where, like, Chovy has a Seeker's Arm Guard, Keen and Canyon, I think, are going.
Yeah, we're just going.
Big execution onto Berserker, who flashes away. Keen still looking for it, just dashes through.
What? He can do this?
Touch him. Keen.
That's so unbalanced, by the way. He can just do that?
From Lyon, a double for him. Just dives into three. We saw it.
How is this game ending at 25?
When an Ambessa is this far ahead,
This game is just ending now?
I think
Yo.
this is one of the big frustrations playing against
What?
Gen G. Oh, looking for a fight here.
Chovy going very deep. Cease and desist though onto Inspire. He's cut down where he stands. The hero's entrance in from Chovy.
How does this game end right now? I don't understand.
Gen G after cleaning
It
up
felt
kills,
close, or
up
even
to
winning, and it's 25 minutes end?
Berserker up in 6.
Yo.
Up now. The first Nexus tower down. Will Gen G continue
25-minute end in this game.
that Baron for another minute's time? Dokla chunked out a little bit by Ruler. Chovy still low mana too, but with the minions coming in, the Nexus tower will be forfeit. Canyon caught out, dashes away. Keen dives in. The follow-up from Ruler as well as Berserker.
That's crazy, by the way. This game ends at 25 minutes. That is so crazy.
Genji, after a few fumbles in the mid game and great play from Lyon, will still go 2-0 up.
And this is one of the big frustrations. Playing
That is crazy.
Genji. This was so much better than game 1 for Lyon. I think they had some great moments, but Keen just said, I'm the best
25-minute end.
You cannot deal with me. And now it's 2-0
After everything.
There's some great moments
Yo.
for Lyon in that game, and we'll hear more about them on the analyst desk.
All right.
That ended rather quick.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you don't pick scaling, Raz. You get a little hyped. I was hyped in the mid game.
I was looking at.
Yeah,
I was killing
gonna say,
people.
I thought Lyon did a lot better this game. I was a little concerned, specifically at the Viego lock-in, because I was thinking this is just a, like, give me Viego, it's the only shot we have, right? But, like, Saints Ari was looking really good.
Yes.
For me, though, they already said it in cast. It comes down to Keen.
Do you care if I move up? Should I stay where I am, or should I move here? It's better if I move here, right? Always.
As we see
Yeah, it's better,
from
it's better.
a bunch
Or
of
should I just stay here?
highlight reels here. This is
Nah,
him,
I go here. It's better.
buffering the Nautilus ult, then going in on the public execution, getting a double kill off of that.
You should watch the Reckless Insane Predict
so
versus
yeah,
Jackie
that
Love
was,
clip versus
that
Test
was
in
pretty
2020.
insane.
New
Would've been
people
more
probably
inspired
haven't
to put
seen.
the flash.
I know, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And that was
Should we
every second
educate?
counts thanks to the
Little bit
reliable
education?
network for that Keen dive escape.
What should I Google?
think
Google,
the-
YouTube.
that was the big
Reckless
play to me that was
Jackie
just like,
Love Predict.
Okay, like just incredible individual skill, but also he's gonna
Which
take
one?
over this game. We saw it yesterday with Bin Zambasa as well. Just
This one, right?
This champion can run
Hello, everyone,
over.
and welcome back to another episode of Lane Kingdom.
Okay, let's
I'm Azale,
educate-
and today we're gonna be
educate the
breaking
newbies.
down Reckless and Hylissang's Game 1 performance in the World's
Let's
2020
educate the newbies.
quarterfinals versus top esports Jackie Love and Yuyanja. Fnatic draft Sen and Rakan to help their side lane play and have reliable engage, while
Where should
top
I be?
grab Ezreal to pair with
Is it
Zoe
fine here?
for a poke comp. They also pick up Leona for engage and
I hope
her
it's fine
ability
here.
to effectively lock down and answer Rakan in lane. Sen and Rakan can use sustain to their advantage to chip away at their opponents, while avoiding Ezreal poke and watching out for all-ins, especially once Ezreal and Leona have their ultimates. They also have strong CC layering with Rakan W to center root, and great gank setup post 6 for their jungler, which can allow them to find kills against Ezreal, who has taken teleport instead of heal or cleanse. 250 into the game, we see the first example of the game plan for Fnatic's bot lane: coordinated engages and trades around enemy minion kills. Hylissang pings his own cannon to signify that they're going to engage and trade when Leona steps forward to execute the minion. As Leona steps forward, Rakan W's in, lands the knockup, but Senna's root hits a minion, so the trade peters out. Fnatic's bot lane have sustain though, and they collected a soul for Senna, so it's still a positive for them. Since Fnatic are being pushed in, they have no safe access to the river to ward. If Rakan wraps around into their own jungle to ward, then Senna would be 1v2, potentially get jumped on and killed, and if you walk straight into the river, you may be face-checking an enemy jungler and die. To circumvent this, Reckless uses a super useful warding trick for red side bot lanes, and with some clever placement is able to extend the range of the ward to place it in the brush without leaving his own lane. Something we'll see them repeat 3 times in this laning phase. It's important to note the positioning of Rakan and Senna, who are stacked
should
on
move
top of
my
each other
camera, no?
consistently and always keeping a minion
here.
between them and Ezreal, while also staying as far forward as they possibly can to be able to auto-attack or jump on top members if they misposition or just step forward to farm. When the cannon arrives, we see Hylissang again initiate the same play as previous by jumping forward onto Yuyanja as he tries to execute the cannon. This time, Jackie Love shifts in aggressively as Rakan uses his CC on Leona, trying to trade back. But because Leona isn't stacked with him, Reckless finds the angle to root Jackie Love, and Fnatic ignite him and pile on to look for the all-in. Both flash forward and chase him down, as Reckless cleanses a stun from Leona to help them grab the first blood. Knowing that Ezreal has TP and the waves at the tower, Reckless immediately looks to reset, which Hylissang enables by not basing himself and instead blocking Ezreal's Q,
W support!
which allows
W
Reckless
support.
to get his back and buy. After holding the wave to win a trade and deny some farm from Jackie Love, Leona has arrived back to lane, and again as she steps up for the cannon, Fnatic look to punish, rinse and repeat. This time though, it is anticipated by Yuyanja and sidestepped. Jackie Love hits 6 earlier than Reckless, due to Leona's roaming granting him solo experience. So, when Reckless uses his Q and steps up to last hit, Leona sees a window to engage. Zenith Blades Reckless, then stuns and ignites him as Ezreal starts channeling his ultimate to try bursting him down during the CC. Hylissang jumps in to peel the Leona as an MVP minion blocks the Ezreal Q, and Hilly knocks up Leona, hits a Q to heal himself and Reckless, then uses both charges of his shield as the Fnatic bot lane barely limp away with Hylissang hitting as low as 66 health after blocking a ton of damage for Reckless, whose Curse of the Black Mist couldn't protect them with Leona inside granting vision. With both lanes having reset, Hylissang groups up with Selfmade to ward and take camps from the enemy jungle. They then move down to bot lane for a potential pick or zoning play. Leona has shown mid, and Graves just finished the Rift Herald, so Jackie Love has to back off and give up farm and tower damage to Reckless. Kindred and Rakan are setting up for a pick. Leona shows up, but Selfmade goes too early. Not allowing Rakan to engage first gives Leona the time to flash back to her tower and to safety as Fnatic is forced to retreat. The enemy Graves and Zoe have pushed out mid and are heading to bot lane to cut off Fnatic. They run into Selfmade and force out the Kindred ultimate immediately from some huge burst out of the Graves. Reckless hits the Graves with his root though, and Hylissang is then able to follow up for a guaranteed knockup, CCing both Ezreal and the Graves right out of it. Knowing the shield and damage of his ultimate would be wasted during the Kindred immunity, Reckless times it to land during the knockup right after the Lamb's respite has expired. Nemesis is Galio ulting in as Zoe arrives to clean up the kill on Selfmade. But Galio taunts both the bot laners and Reckless kills Leona. He then turns his eyes to Ezreal, who has both Flash and Arcane Shift. Knowing the only escape for Jackie Love would be over the wall, Reckless already has his cursor hovered where he thinks Ezreal would go. And as he flashes and shifts over the wall, Reckless has already shot his route to Jackie Love's destination, grabbing a second kill off a very stylish prediction. At 12:20, when Rift Herald is being summoned mid lane,
let's just replay that, no, because that's kind of sexy. We just need to watch it one more time. One more time. It's a little bit sexy, so we need to see it.
Nemesis is Galio ulting in as Zoe arrives to clean up the kill on Selfmade. But Galio taunts both the bot laners and Reckless kills Leona. He then turns his eyes to Ezreal, who has both Flash and Arcane Shift. Knowing the only escape for Jackie Love would be over the wall, Reckless already has his cursor hovered where he thinks Ezreal would go. And as he flashes and shifts over the wall, Reckless has already shot his route to Jackie Love's destination, grabbing a second kill off a very stylish prediction. At 12:20, when Rift Herald is being summoned mid lane, Fnatic knows Ezreal still has no flash from the previous fight. And with Rakan and Kindred waiting in the brush, they ping onto the minion that they'll engage on. And as Jackie Love grabs that CS, Hylissang jumps in, CCing up Jackie Love. Again, top bot lane isn't on the same page, as Leona does not block the following Senna route, which means there's no chance for Jackie Love to escape despite the two-man ultimate and stuns coming out to peel for him. As Reckless takes down the bot lane tower shortly after turret blades have fallen, he's now up 1.6k gold. Rakan is also up 350. Fnatic's bot lane went into this game with a plan. They coordinated very well to execute on it. Punish their opponents on every cannon minion, and coordinate their engages around simple cues such as minion kills. They created their advantages not just through farm, but by utilizing fantastic engages and CC chains to repeatedly take down Ezreal, who's considered to be the safest marksman in the game today. This created a 2k bot lane advantage that Fnatic was able to use to thwart an extremely strong Zoe and snowball the game to an upset win. Despite coming into the series as massive underdogs, Fnatic pushed top to their limit in a full 5-game series and impressed many around the world with their dominant bot lane play against some of the world's very best. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to share it and let me know what you want to see from the World Semifinals coming up.
Thank you for the advice. It was good watch.
The blue side being
here.
Left side of the
Sorry,
screen, and that's
I'm
what
here.
We're doing here. We're doing where the team is on the stage is where their picks are. So
Sorry. Streamer is yapping too much. Getting distracted. I will focus now.
I get you.
Yeah.
I understand now.
Yeah, I'm sorry for being
Nico with Karma ban. There is no Lulu as well. I like the Nami.
And the Annie gonna pick up the Nico as their first pick. Rise,
But there's no Corki, so what do you play with the Nami? Kate? It has to be Kate then. Needs to be Kate then.
I assume it's like Nami, Pantheon, then you save your third pick, which, I mean, you could go
Probably
Lucian
just pick
Nami,
Kate
but
here, no?
hasn't been the highest priority.
Otherwise they go Kate, and what do you play with Nami?
Nami
Lucian?
has really been good, but
That sounds
Cold's already
tough.
been taken
I think you
away.
need to take the Kate here.
I would be very concerned about giving Nico Pantheon over, but it looks like they might just.
Not
take
a big
that
fan of
over
this, you know.
instead For the Wukong, Wukong a decent pick.
Not a big fan of this.
and a pick we've seen obviously played extensively in the meta, but I think Canyon will just actually end up going for the Nocturne instead. So surprising to see. Kind of had this in game 1 where the Vi was overlooked.
Isn't Caitlyn like really prio here? Because you don't want to play Lucian into Caitlyn, no? If they lock Caitlyn right now, what do you play? AD? Like, let's say they do Pantheon Caitlyn here. What do you play with the Nami? If it's not Lucian, it has to be Lucian then, right? But that's just a losing lane.
Yeah, I mean, I think
we don't talk about Hobbits that much.
Yeah,
Not sure about this one.
I think they were kind of toying with the idea because it is a strong combo, but Pantheon is just broken.
Not sure about this one. Yeah, I think Caitlyn was the one champion we should have picked, guys.
To get that push in the bot side.
And I think if you were
what do you play now?
Nami, this is going to give you some concern if you're playing into Kate Nico.
Just a smidge.
Yeah, not going to be a fun time.
What do you play now?
The sustain for the Nami helps alleviate a little bit, but you are going to be pushed in and have a lot of pressure come into you, but they're still going to commit to it, still going to go for that Lucian.
I will say there's a point in a series like this where
I don't like it.
Sometimes you do just have to pick comfort. You just have to say, this is our game plan going into this game. We know Gen G can do this. We know they can match us with more range, more pressure.
It's a very tough lane, I think. Lucian Nami versus Nico Caitlyn. It's a very tough lane, especially when your jungler is Wukong that needs one item before he can play the game. Pantheon is strong from level 3. And can be in your lane from level 3 onwards if he wants. And you're losing bot, and your jungler can't help. This is not possible, or? I don't think this is possible, guys.
I think a great ban. You've already got enough point and click CC to set up like the Caitlyn. A pick Chovy's had a lot of success on.
Saw Chovy use it on day 2 as well against JDG.
Yeah,
right?
and even after getting
Starfall combo is
even
so
after
nice.
getting solo killed, still just didn't matter.
Yeah. And now we'll see where Gen G decides to go with their bans. I'll go a bit of a Carly away from Saint, who did have a really solid mid-game in game 2. After struggling a little bit in game 1. We have been informed, if we want this to be the fastest best of 5 ever, Gen G need to win in sub 1922. That's what it says on the screen in front of me. Going to be faster than the JDG series earlier on. It's 2607.
Okay. Faster than JDG, 2607, very doable. Fastest time ever, 1922, that's tough.
Yeah, that is going to be a tight one.
Before Baron even spawns, Victor ban comes through, just from the control mages left.
Okay.
Talia's still there.
Streamer is focused now.
Did get toned down a little bit, but Talia into the
So yeah, bot looks doomed. Jungler cannot help. Enemy jungler can be there whenever he wants. Not a great start, I think, to the draft. My feeling. I would not want to play this if I am left side draft.
Something we see come out.
Wouldn't mind the Talio at all. Lyon have first pick of the second
not want to play
phase.
this.
Likely going to look towards a mid laner of their own to block. The current hover, I've seen this a couple of times over first stand, hasn't always had the most impact. It's not something we see too often from Saint either. He has played it here at first stand and then played it once, I believe, in the LCS as well.
Yeah, obviously something that's difficult to deal with if it's playing on the flank angles. And also, if you are into the Pantheon, I think there's a lot of mid laners where if you're in a Pantheon, it's so easy to just have that gank set up. Not the easiest to gank a LeBlanc. And Gen G toying with the idea for a Jace for Keen.
I mean, you'd assume it's for Keen, right?
Yeah.
Like, mid lane Jace does still exist, it's just quite rare.
I haven't been super convinced by Jace so far. I mean, he got a lot of nerfs when he was in the jungle and he was super dominant, but like his shock blast damage is down. They gave a bit more damage like his melee form. He is into a pretty short range composition, but there are ways of closing it down.
There's so much poke though from Gen G. If they lock in this Mel as well, you're just never going to get close to them.
Yeah, this is very
What's he playing to Jace top blind?
We stand our ground.
What's the counter to Jace top blind? It's like Malphite, no?
Okay, if Saint wants to
Malphite?
Chovy,
Malphite!
It's going to often start with a
Or?
chain. Well,
it's a good Malphite game, no? Malphite? Sion? Sion is banned. Malphite, Malphite. AP Gragas?
Being left to last pick for Lyon.
Malphite.
For those counter picks.
Malphite!
This kind of just feels like a pick to be stable in the lane.
Aurelia! Hold! Hey, yo! Camera guy! Camera guy! We need you! We need you right now. Top lane, please! Please top lane, camera guy.
Playing into the Jace, especially if you get some gang setup, you can really punish. So,
yo! Camera guy top lane, please.
Last time Keen was obviously the main character of that game too, but this is a chance for
I would love to see this.
But you do need to get
Aurelia versus Keen Jace.
It's ranged into melee.
Oh god.
If you jump on top of him, he knocks you back.
Good luck.
It can be really tricky for the Aurelia to get in a position where she can actually trade effectively with the Chase.
At least he's sending it, you know. Fuck it.
And with a Lucian, a LeBlanc, and an Aurelia, if you fall behind in general...
This is a we need to win laning phase.
Yeah,
we need to get ahead.
Alright, let's see it.
A great pick here. Something we do not commonly see on the international stage. And often the reason we don't see it is because if you fall behind, you begin to really struggle. And CC is not your friend as Aurelia. If you jump in, you get crowd controlled. You don't really have many ways to escape.
I will say it makes that top jungle 2v2 really strong. Both the Wukong and the Aurelia, the factor into a AD jungle top, you know, Aurelia's W reduces so much physical damage and Wukong getting that free armor. So I think if Canyon wants to show up top, I mean, you'd love to gank an Aurelia, but you have to be a little bit concerned that you overstep, pump all your damage into her W, and then get a turned around onto you.
Into the Defiant Dance. Always a risk as we go into Game 3 of this best of 5.
I feel like as a jungler, when you have this, like actually look at what Mel is doing. Mel ran top and put a ward in lane.
Second, I thought perhaps we'd have a lane swap coming out. Chovy did head up towards top to match it.
That's really nice, no? Because now Jace has his own ward plus the ward that Mel put for him. That's really nice, no? What I wanted to say for the junglers, it's like, isn't this a game where you do 3 camps in the top no matter what? Kinda?
Yeah.
Like either you invade and you try to steal enemy side towards top, like Pantheon could have invaded top side here and just like tried to fuck with Wukong, try to get the camps and then gank top, or you do 3 camps on the opposite side and you just run top. Like let's say Pantheon started bot, did 3 camps and then you just ran top. Wouldn't that be nice? I feel like as a jungler this game you just want to go top, no? Early? Because both of them are actually patting bot. But I thought this would be a game where you as a jungler just want to path top or be top as soon as possible.
Distortion and good damage out of the Radiant Volley there from Chovy. Already procs the passive onto Saint.
W level 2 with Mel. Is normal over E? He has Q and W. Ah, that's why. Wow, that's a better trade than E, yeah. That looks so good for him.
You can.
It's 30 plus second CD though, so he has 1 turn like that. The next turn he doesn't have it like that.
On Saint as Ruler trades into Isles. Man, this is the risk.
If that trap hit, he was cooked. Yeah, he was cooked, by the way, if that trap hit. Because the trap would guarantee the Q, you know. And he has no heal already, so he would just be dead actually if the trap hit there. But it's hard to hit Caitlyn trap from Nico unempowered E, I think. It kind of has to be empowered for that to be enough, I think. Not enough without, I would say. At least not when the E only has 1 point into it. Maybe later, when you have more points into E. But I think level 1, unempowered E is like 0.7, maybe? It's very short CC. Unempowered E, Nico, only 1 point. Very short. Hard to put the trap, I think.
But you can already see the pressure coming out.
Getting the push, getting the plates as well.
I love this Mel champ. This champ is so nice, I think. Empowered E. If you're playing Nico and you E through something, so if you hit a minion first or another champion first, then the CC is way longer, like doubled, I think. I think it's straight up doubled, yeah. So if it's 0.7 without, it's 1.4 with, for example. I'm pretty sure it's just doubled.
That it is. Inspired is working his way down towards bot here. Headshot onto the trap. Berserker cleanses away.
Jungle is here. Jungle is here. He doesn't have a red buff, so I think they're just out, by the way.
Inspired with no red buff now, doesn't have the slow. Oh, he changes into a minion.
They're just out.
Inspired able to dodge away.
He got a flash though. At what cost? Oh!
He's eating all the cupcakes.
Oh!
Dashes in and dies.
He's too good. He's too good. He's too good.
Absolute dismantling there from Ruler.
He's too good.
The trap set up for the retreat. And Eudora had to flash there because he thought
he's too good. Oh my god, I'll be so tilted after that.
Ruler just had it ready.
9.
Inspired retreats. That was so well played.
And now it's a BF sword into double.
9.
In favor of
he's too good.
On that bottom side. Ruler already popping off, held onto his flash as well. Have another look at this. Duro changes into a minion.
So he has the trap in the brush. No, it's outside the brush. He sees the trap that's already in place, and then he walks into the other one, and then he walks into another one.
He's trying to path around it, but just walks into a new trap, and then the old trap that was in the brush.
Aye.
Try and like relieve some pressure for him, but Ruler has lethal tempo stuff.
Yeah, I was so tilted after this. Oh my god.
Genji coach
Aye.
is great.
That's the risk of trying to dive in here when you've been harassed down like that. Trophy allowing the Radiant volley as well. Or Keen
Nine, not a solo bolo, not a solo bolo. No! FF.
And gets a kill on the
Aye. FF.
Okay, well, top lane matchup not going currently.
None of the matchups are going well at the moment for Lyon.
FF.
Jungle's going okay. Well, yeah, jungle's going okay.
No, another solo bolo.
It's a golden eclipse as Chovy gets just a solo kill.
It's a 2,000 gold lead.
It is a
5 minutes.
This is much more reminiscent of game 1.
Yeah.
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 So let's go back to our fail safes.
Yeah.
Berserker 0-11 against Genji all time. Could make it 1-11, and that's palindromic, which is cool.
Yes.
Also, still hasn't taken a tier 2 tower.
Palindromic. I've never heard that word before. Palindromic.
Pressure, but they didn't manage to secure it. This game, look.
What do you even do from this point?
Maybe you just send it with the Irelia in a side lane.
You just do nothing from this point, I feel like. Like, Wukong needs level 6, I guess. That's the biggest one to get. To actually make a play somewhere. Because everything is on fire. Bot's on fire, top's on fire, mid is on fire. So you as a jungler here, you get your level 6 and you just choose your victim, I guess. Top no flash. It has to be top lane. Top no flash. Mid still has, AD still has. It's top lane. You just go get your level 6 and you gank top. That's it.
People never mention that.
And so be it if they get dove bot or if mid dies or if you lose Drake, whatever. Just get level 6, gank top, and that's it.
Will land the chains. Forces Chovy down to half HP, but Chovy continues to trade back in, looking for that Radiant volley. Doesn't get connect as much as he'd like. Does not have the golden eclipse.
Yeah, doesn't have the ult, which is big, and they did boost the damage of that in one of the patches before we came into first stand. So it's a big threat. I feel like Saint's been going for these heavy trades. He's like, oh, you know, we're close in health, and then suddenly, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Melul deals so much damage now. Crazy damage, Melul. No AP, only with level 1 in that spell, and that one is empowered, for example. He's rooted for way longer. That one was empowered. It hit a minion first.
Trusting that his support was safe, not dashing in front of the ace in the
He deals so much damage now, the Melul. Winnable? Yeah! No.
Trying to win this one out, still loses it. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Duro and Ruler continue to force Isles and Berserker low.
You know, I was ready to get hyped. I was like, he's landing the skills, he's connecting the abilities.
Caitlyn has bone plating this game? Why does he have resolve on Caitlyn second? It's for bone plating?
Nope.
Like the triple
It's fine.
thumbs up. Yeah.
It's just what like, you feel for all of Lyon in the situation because you're so far behind, but Inspired in particular, because every lane is losing, and whenever you're able to get there, it's like, well, I can't do anything.
He's
now.
also, he's playing on Wukong, not the most, I mean, he's level 6 now.
Yeah.
You know, the ult connects, the stun connects, but he just doesn't have the damage. And then Canyon even is there just in case. I mean, he had to finish the fight quickly.
The cannon!
But Keen just finished the fight quickly, so.
And he did. Played his steel caps now completed for Keen as well. Douglas sitting on a Vamp Scepter, a dagger, pair of leather boots, and a bit of cloth.
Yeah, that means
I think top is still your best bet, but now he has Tabis, so maybe not anymore, actually. It's just he has no flash, you know, like you need to attack someone without a flash, because the other guys are just gonna flash out. Oh. There's an eco there. There's an eco there!
I don't think Keen so much needed the help, but he got it.
I do wanted the kill. Just what happened there.
Just came up and was like,
And Pantheon is supporting bot in the meantime.
Kill for you, Keen.
That's nice. Nico goes top to gank, and Pantheon plays support in the meantime. That's a nice move, I think, actually. Because that way Caitlyn doesn't lose any pressure, and you get the top gank off for for the Jace with
sword,
Nico.
maybe enough.
So kind of nice by the Pantheon to lane bot there, I think.
Probably not.
I like it.
Seeming unlikely. Well, I do have some good news.
Yes.
I'll hold up thought.
Okay, Solus now on Saint dodges away. Golden Eclipse though. Oh, accelerated shot blast not going to land from Keen. Anchovy holds on to the ultimate for now.
I think if King got one auto there,
Yeah, I think
it would have been enough. But the good news is, so game 1 was obviously very one-sided, and Genji got a Hextech Soul. Dragon 2 is Hextech, so there won't be a Hextech Soul from this game.
Might be a Cloud or Infernal though.
And that is,
Or Chemtech.
you are scraping, not just, it's,
No,
you've gone
Chemtech
through
cannot
the
be.
barrel into
Cloud
the crust of
or
the earth with how low you can
Infernal
scrape
possible.
on that.
Which would be bad. Ocean,
Yes,
mountain,
it is
whatever.
true that Genji will not get a Hextech Soul in this game. However, oh, I've got it. We've got the curse.
Yep.
Genji on track for a perfect game.
Oh, that worked last time.
Genji on track
Yeah.
for a perfect game
This-
right now.
Especially because they got the 3 grubs, and as you
We're looking bot with
established,
Wukong, but it's not
even
possible.
a
They have
single
flashes.
grub
No
means
way.
a
In
perfect
my
game.
mind, I'm not going to dictate that I am the grand arbiter.
I mean, everyone has
of
flash,
what
to be
makes
fair,
a perfect
so
game. But to
nowhere
me,
is possible.
anything on the scoreboard, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, now we'll see if fight around the Scuttlecraft. Inspired, looking for Canyon. It was
Just
him
go
as
fight.
well. It was
Yeah,
him
yeah,
that
yeah.
happened. They go in with the Cyclone onto Chovy, and there's the second Psycho knockup. Tries to get the rebuttal down. Chovy falling
Got
low,
one.
and Chovy will go down. Canyon now trying to retreat his Keen. Flashes forward onto Isles.
Oh.
Look at the damage
Wow.
onto Berserker and Isles.
That
Genji
Jace.
will clean up the fight, and Ace in the
That
hole
Jace.
puts Berserker 6 speed.
This
under.
Jace.
Saint trying to flash away. Duo flashing in with the Tangle Barbs. And pop goes Saint.
Wow.
But Lyon got a kill.
Wow, wow,
I
wow.
mean, it worked, right?
Yeah.
The second you mentioned the
Bone
perfect
plating
game,
unflinching on
once
Kate.
again,
Okay, okay.
Lion managed to get a kill, but last
I think
time,
that's Lucian
the
specific,
general
right?
fight,
You lane into Lucian and bone plating is like extra nice.
this one,
compared to other
unfortunately,
matchups?
Team was present
Because he has
and very fed.
not so many trades, but when he does trade, a
is
very
once again
like
extremely fed.
high damage
So,
trade. So bone plating
we've seen
counteracts a
this
lot
fight
of
start
that.
off, they go for an
I like it in this
engage
matchup actually.
onto Chovy, and
Makes
the
sense.
Mel's mobile, right? You have the reflect, but it doesn't do
I think specific to Illusion though, I don't think he would use Resolve on Kate in every game no matter what. I doubt that. I think that's depending on matchup probably for him.
Damage is absurd. And
And in Illusion it makes sense, I think.
Who's like, no, I have that one. You chase down the LeBlanc. Duro even flashing over to help secure it.
Wow, that Jace.
Once again, taking
Oh,
a kill.
meanwhile on the bot side, Berserker going in to pop Blossom in time from Duo to save Ruler though. Who has that Storm Razor completed. Now a 5,500 gold lead for Genji. 12 minutes in. Reminder, the time cutoff Genji need to make this the fastest best of 5 ever is 1922.
Yeah.
Would be they'd
Not
have
gonna
to
happen.
continue to accelerate at quite a rapid pace to do that.
1922 is not gonna happen, no, ever.
Okay, Lion don't have a ton of wave clear in their composition, but that'd be pre-Baron, you know.
Yeah,
Is
no
it even
tilt
is it even
down.
possible to do
This is the
such a
first
fast game in today's league
it'd
with all
be-
the plates and tankiness to
A lot of things would
towers
have to develop
compared to
again. I
before?
feel like Lion
It's
would
not
have to
possible,
prove
no?
themselves at Genji.
Like before, you'd one-shot an inhib tower if you wanted with Grubs and Herald, but now it's like impossible to take an inhib tower,
Doesn't
pretty
really
much.
get them anything. Like, if Genji gets a second items, Lion like, okay, we'll delay and try and get our second items. I think at that point, Genji just still win all the fights. So
Yeah.
maybe there is an argument that Lion.
Yeah, definitely a weird tournament to watch so far because, as I mentioned earlier, there's like
chuck your bodies.
such a skill disparity between teams this tournament. So a lot of games where it just feels hopeless, and then there's some close ones, and then again a lot of games that doesn't feel good. It's just too few competitive games, so it feels a bit weird to watch. Like so far we had what? We had Fearex, BLG competitive, and Lyon Loud, right? That's it.
AD carry builds just kind of
2
exist
games,
in
2
this,
best of 5s out of how many so far? This is the 7th one, I think.
I'll be honest, as, Berserker here on his lonesome,
Everything
Chovy
else was
Canyon
just
will
stomp,
collapse onto him and
pretty
he
much.
is collected by Canyon.
That being said, maybe the thought process, you know when people are really behind and they buy Medjais, right? And it's like, well, if we're going to win...
I didn't have this feeling when I watched Worlds 2022 or 2025. Then most of the games were on paper competitive at least. Now so many games are not competitive at all on paper. There's a minion there!
He's waiting. Yeah. Dokla does have a blade of the
There's a
wind.
minion!
Duo's on his way across to make this very quickly.
Run!
2v1, the flash away from
Nice.
Dokla, not far enough from Keen's clutches, who is now 4-0 on this Jace.
Oh, this Jace is pretty good at the game.
But Duro's just there to just really make it impossible for Dokla in this situation. And Chovy could
No
be
flash?
in trouble.
No.
No, he's a bit too fast.
able to get out with the Ionian boots of lucidity. Yeah. Second tower of the game secured for Genji. Ruler's gonna look to make it 3, but doesn't want to overstep with one of his team around.
No sums, by the way. Yeah.
But finds the kill collected. Berserker gets his second of the game.
There you go, got that extra money. Big shutdown as well.
Dies on mid-wave, classic.
You know what, maybe the Collector paying off there. A lot of ult damage afforded to it.
This big shutdown is like, oh. Yeah, have you seen that basketball meme where it's like, oh, he lands an incredible 3-pointer to cut the lead to 40. It's like huge shutdown to cut the lead to 7,000 gold for Genji.
Yeah, you know, just maybe like 10 more of those.
Yeah. Corn-based gold grind going very much in favor of Chovy in the mid lane. Not the largest lead on the team either, as Inspired is rooted up here.
You know,
fight over the Raptors.
Chovy is a gold grinder. I think we can.
At least after today, there should only be. This should be the last boring day, so to speak. Because tomorrow we got Lyon versus JDG, which is hype. Most likely, Lyon versus JDG, which is hype. And we got G2 versus FearX, which is hype as well.
Okay, he's now finished his IM.
And then on Friday, no, tomorrow's Friday. Saturday, there's semifinals, so it's gonna be BLG versus JDG, most likely, right? And FearX Genji.
Okay, that's unreasonable. Maybe the lottery.
Unless G2 can upset or Lyon can upset. So those should be good games as well, regardless, right? Should be good games as well. And then the final on Sunday. So in theory, today should be the last boring day. If boring is the right word to use here, I'm not sure. Maybe there's a better word to use. Unexciting. Less exciting. Less exciting. I found the right word. Less exciting.
Berserker takes the kill. Duro has to flash away. We said there were windows, and Lyon defenestrate the Genji bot lane.
Collect it again. You know, getting that extra gold coming in. Slowly whittling away at that gold lead.
Forward from Man, and Berserker's dead. Isles will follow him to the grave. 2 for Chovy. Yeah.
You know, it was looking good until it wasn't.
It never was looking good. Never. I thought the draft was cool though.
No, not really.
Before the game started, it was looking good. And then.
Yeah, but like any small win, any small thing you find, it's like, oh, Genji, okay, we'll just take.
I guess it was just mainly the Aurelia. That was cool. I didn't really like the other stuff that they did. I don't think this bot matchup is good. I don't think jungle matchup is good.
I do say that. I mean, no,
especially with this bot matchup. If bot was more stable, maybe you can play it. But bot is too unstable for this jungle matchup to be possible. Well, kill the clone and then ult. I guess it doesn't have vision.
Yeah, I think the clone actually helped figure out a good amount there, having that safety. Oh, Berserker.
Oh, just culling onto Ruler straight away.
Oh, run. He has 1k gold shutdown the Jace. Kill the Jace, 1k. Nice. Oh, no one blocked.
That ace in the hole. Chovy on his way across now. Berserker dashes forward into the snap trap and doesn't quite.
Proto belt Mel! Proto belt Mel! Everybody run! He has a proto belt. Yet again.
Running up through this blue side jungle.
Where do we go? 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 Where do we go?
Oh no, Doku's in trouble too!
Doku is in trouble as the Grand Starfall comes down. Doku
where do we go with the Nami? Where do we go? Where do we go?
Code away by Duro. And with a blooming
where are we going? For real, for real.
In terms of executions.
Yeah?
You might be wondering how I got in this situation.
Help!
Like a fish out of water.
Help!
Yeah, a little bit. Trying to make it to the river, I think, would be a start. There's going for the recall in the Wolves. They might have given up.
Isles?
Oh,
no, Duro spotted it with the Scry's Bloom, no!
Oh, Ruler's there for the kill.
Oh, Isles. Unlucky. Ruler. Oh, Duro. Take it, Duro.
Oh.
Take it, Duro.
He's well trained.
He's 3-1 and 3, right? He took 2 kills from Keen.
No, he's well trained by Ruler, right?
Okay.
No such agreement is there with Keen. The only time I feel like
I can relate to that. Top laners would never get angry for you stealing a kill as support. If anything, they'd just be happy that you're there. But if you touch a fucking creep or a ward or a kill, your AD carry is gonna fume.
Trying to get in from the side here, but the tower will go over to Genji. 10,000.
I can feel that. I can feel that.
Honestly, I think that's a funny
that is so true.
If someone has a quadra and you get a kill, you're like, dude,
if you so much as look at my way, I'm fuming. But the top laner is like, please come to my lane. You can take all the kill and all the creeps and everything.
But this has been incredibly one-sided.
Baus would always be so happy. If I showed up to his lane, he'd always be so happy.
It's the reason that they continue to go on these long undefeated streaks.
But Inspired is taking Gromp on the other side of the map, so...
I miss Baus.
Little advantage.
On Gromp, it's a good play.
Yeah.
Saint dives in, and Togla does the same, and he's taken
That's fun.
down to half HP immediately. Keen the target, though. Vanguard's edge in. Keen will take one. Berserker, though, will answer with a kill of his own. 1-for-1 exchange in that bottom lane.
Collective value. Think of all the extra gold he's gotten.
I mean, he's almost the closest in terms of gold with his enemy number, and he's still 1.2k behind.
Yeah, with 5 kills, and he's still that far behind.
It's just what Gen G do so well. Canyon being flanked here. Saint going in as well.
Ulting out.
So we look at
Cancelled.
Berserker, and you can see Canyon can't escape with the grand
That's another 1k dilution, by the way.
Saint trading in with Chovy. Golden Eclipse.
No mana on this Mel, but she has Proto Belt.
He can join this party as well. As Inspired looking for the smite there. Tidal Wave coming out. Not in range. Keen. Well, it's not Keen, it's Duro. And he's only low because he's embodying Keen at the moment.
Yeah, but a couple of kills picked up. You know, just keep at it. Just keep working at it. Infernal Soul in 3 minutes. If you can get a good 20 kills before that point, maybe you'll close the goal gap a little bit.
Maybe. But I'm like, I will say.
They're having some fun with
the
it, no?
sequence there from Gen G,
Giving BLG vibes from the game yesterday versus G2. Exactly same, no? Game 3. Like here, what is Keen doing realistically in a real game? He's backing off. But because it's a little bit funny game now, he just plays it anyway. It's very much like BLG yesterday. Same feeling to me.
Yeah, Berserker only 150 goal behind now. He's actually on this
I feel like when they start playing with you,
he's in a strong position.
that's not a good sign. Because that means they think you're bad, you know. And no matter what they do, they're gonna win anyway.
And there's 2.5 minutes before an
At least if they play serious all the way in, they also feel like they have to, you know. So that's a win.
Yeah, also Infernal Soul with his composition that has so much poke.
If they start trolling, that's not a good sign. That means they think you're boosted.
It's the second time he's done it.
If they keep it serious, that means at least they think you're worthy, you know. It's not a good sign when this happens.
Does have teleport. Could come across and join the party. The Baron probably down to about 6,000 at the moment.
I think the traps are a hint.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that everyone is there as well is kind of
also an indication.
Duro looking for the flank here, up towards that top bush. Inspired trying to get in, flashes forward with the Cyclone. Duro kept at bay, Cannon jumping away. Inspired on Ruler with the Cyclone.
Cannon wins that to LeBlanc? He did.
Duro there in time with
He
the
did.
blossom, but Berserker finds another kill. Keen now joining the fray, and
Oh.
Berserker hit with an accelerated shot blast is taken down.
It's crazy to me that the Pantheon won that against LeBlanc. But I guess LeBlanc also is only one item, so.
5 for 1. Oh, good Aqua Prism. Canyon gets the slow. Ios, man, you escaped these guys before, and this time he manages to do it again.
Yep, gets away, the one survivor to tell the tale. But a little bit dire for the rest.
So how tilted are you after this game if you're Lyon? Because you have to play tomorrow versus JDG most likely. You're not that tilted, no? You were supposed to lose to Gen G anyway. Just gotta keep it cool, you know. Hopefully they don't get tilted from this and they give out good performance tomorrow.
I just got jumped on and killed. Okay, yeah. And yeah, fight happening over here. We do see
I don't think this kind of game helps though. I feel like this game makes it worse, no?
Almost all of Gen G.
Yeah, exactly. I think this game makes it worse. I feel like you get more tilted from this kind of game than a like little bit serious game. This is not a serious game at all.
Yeah, we're 4 minutes past that threshold. Gen G could get the fastest first stand best of 5 this year.
Like Aurelia might be 0-10 when this game ends, you know.
If they win this in less than 26:07,
0-8 now.
they then surpass that as Dokla
Aye.
to Ruler and Gen G are pushing in. I think Lyon thought that Gen G was setting up for the Drake, and so they were playing through mid, but Gen G just very happy to play through the bot side, get the inhibitor. They're going to try and mark Inspired Canyon on his
Please just end. Please just end. Please just end.
Gen G have another wave coming in. Lion with 3 will try and defend. Inspired does have that flank position.
Let's just go next.
Berserker half HP from a headshot! Did not expect that amount of damage as Saint dashes forward. Berserker uses the culling flash forward from Keen, acing the whole block by Isles. Inspired still looking to see if he can get in behind them here, but no way in with Duro.
What's that cannon minion doing?
It's the scariest damn minion I've ever seen. Genji won't be able to take down the Nexus
TP behind.
yet. They'll walk through mid, TP behind.
The 0-8 Aurelia is TPing behind. Everybody run. Into her and kill her.
Pop Blossom on Inspired still hits the Cyclone. Vanguard's Edge coming in as well as they dance around it. Inspired low cannon
Unless
to get away. Ruler falling low as well, but he somehow
everyone lives.
survives.
Oh.
Do all the damage.
No one
and
died.
the turnaround from Genji now begins to advance. Saint dashing in only to his death as Genji will look to round this one out as the quickest series here at first stand.
Lyon bot lane, not really much they can do in this situation.
And no real defense for them as well. Gonna have to retreat to the fountain, but their Nexus towers are being razed to the ground, and Key lands a shock blast, and Berserker does manage to pick one up in response. In the end, Genji will dive for the fountain. Berserker, no escape. 0-12 for him versus Genji now as the champions-elect continue their walk towards the finals.
Just crushing their opponents. Still yet
Okay, while we wait for next game, I got a little bit motivated, inspired. I got a little bit.
We saw a bit of a fight coming out from Lyon.
Yeah, I want to do this. So while we wait for next game, I'm just gonna mute this and put on some music for you. I want to do League of Legends settings. It's been a while. Last time I did it was with Nemesis, I think. And when we watched that video, I realized I had different settings back then than I do now. So I just want to do League of Legends settings and go through everything and just think about what I have actually. So we can start with the client ones. Enable low spec mode. I always do this one because the client's really laggy. It even says at the end, we recommend enabling this option if you're experiencing stuttering or lag when using the client. Yes. Interactive background effects, I just disable this because once again they put at the end or are having issues with stuttering or lag. Yes. Close client during game, I have as well. We only recommend setting this option if you're experiencing stuttering or lag while playing the game. I just use all of these because the client is really laggy, and I'm thinking that all of these help out in some way. I don't use champion ability tooltips. It's newly added to the game. I don't have that. I use streamer mode when I play. I guess for you, maybe not as important. I just prefer not having my name shown while I'm playing. Being able to, like, especially as a streamer as well, just fully focus on the game and not think about anything. So I use that as well. I don't use this one because this one would block it. So when, for example, we play ARAM together or we played Scrim, I wouldn't see the names. So I turned the first one off and then the other two on. Then I just have these. I think especially this one is important. Allow game invites only from friends. I like this one. For example, sometimes when I invite some of you for ARAM, you don't know why you can't join, and it's probably because of this setting. I have it on because I don't want to get invited randomly, but if you are trying to join the ARAM and it's not working, it might be that setting. Not really important. Don't chat with anyone anyway. I think for sound, I don't like ambient sound. It's like kind of pointless. Same for in-game, I think, and music as well. Don't use either of that. So I just use the normal sound and SFX plus Pigman. So it's kind of same in-game, out of game. I don't have ambient or music in-game as well. It's kind of same. This is kind of whatever. I think out of game, my settings are fine. But it also doesn't really matter out of game, right? So let's go in-game. Let's not have bots, actually, because they're just going to be disturbing me. Let's go in-game.
In carnage, I bloom like a flower in the dawn.
Let's see. Let's see what we got. I'll just disable like tower plus minion, yeah. Okay, let's start from the bottom. So for game, I use mouse speed 50. I think you are actually inting yourself if you don't have 50 here. I'm pretty sure if you want to change your mouse, I'm pretty sure this is how it works. If you want to change your mouse It should not be here. This one should always be 50. It should not be in Windows. Windows should always also be in the middle, which is 6 out of 11. It should be your DPI. You should never change this one, and you should never change it in Windows. You should always change it on your DPI if you want to change the speed. Otherwise, I think you are getting into mouse acceleration territory, which is risky business. So my suggestion, this one 50. Unless I'm mistaken, this one should always be 50. I don't like this setting. This one basically makes it so... What this setting does, the auto attack one, I always play with this off since a moment in Season 5 Worlds. Before Season 5 Worlds, I never thought about it, but after a moment in Season 5 Worlds, I always play with this setting off. And basically what this setting does is... If, for example... Yeah, you just saw it right there. You just saw it right there. Because I had the setting on, my champion attacked right away. I didn't command it to attack. It just attacked. If you have it off, unless if I move next to the 2 dummies, it's not gonna attack them unless I actually do the command to attack. If I have it on, if I click here, it's gonna start attacking. So, in my mind, this setting on is just less control of your champion. If that makes sense. I like turret range indicator in practice tool because then when you're like in a game, just checking stuff, you can actually get a feeling for like where the range is. You see it here. This obviously doesn't work in a real game, but then you can actually check stuff in practice tool if you need. For example, there was this moment with I don't remember his name, top laner that played Kennen, and he walked like in between this line here. And this is something you can, for example, check how to do in practice tool if you have that setting on. So I like having that one on myself. Recommended jungle path, I don't like. That's just another thing on the minimap that I don't like. Item component purchasing, I don't like. Champion spell preview, I don't like. I don't actually know what this one does, to be honest. This one, clamp cast target location within max range, is apparently a bugged setting. I remember when I was in Korea, they told us always to turn that one off because sometimes it would randomly cast the spell in a place you didn't click because of this setting. So I remember they always checked before every game I played in Korea if this one's off, because apparently on it was risk of some kind of bug. So this one off. Target champions only is toggle. I prefer not toggle. I don't mind holding it, but basically what it does is if you click it once, if it's on, if you click champions only once, it will stay on. So then you need to click it again to turn it off. I prefer just holding, so I have that one off. Attack move on cursor is really nice. This is one of my favorite settings, I think, so I always use that one. Basically what this one does is, for example, if I want to attack the left dummy with my attack move, but I misclick, basically. I click next to him, I will still attack the left dummy. But if I have it off, what's going to happen is, if I misclick a little bit to the left, I'm going to attack this dummy, because it's closer to me. So if I misclick a bit to the left, it attacks the closest. But if I misclick a bit to the left with it on, it attacks the one I was trying to click, you see? So it's just like a safety measure in case you were to misclick. This one, basically. So this one I like. I'm happy with how it looks there. So for me here, HUD 100 is like what I'm comfortable with. I know for others, 50 is like the biggest they'll go. For example, I have seen many people come into my chat and be like, what the fuck, your interface is that big? For me, it's just comfortable. I don't know how else to say it. This is just comfortable for me. If I go smaller, like sometimes I feel like when I'm focused, right? So I'm focused, looking at my champion. It's harder for me to see in my peripheral view if my spells are up or not. But if I have it bigger, if I'm focusing on my champion, I have an easier time now to see in my peripheral view if the spells are up or not. You understand what I mean? Of course, if I'm looking at the interface, it's enough if it's this size. It could even be smaller. But when I play, I often don't look. It's just in my peripheral view. So then I prefer having it 100 to see better. Like let's say I use Q. Now I will see better in my peripheral view when it's coming off cooldown compared to if it's here. You understand what I mean? It will be easier to see. That's why I use this 100. And I think cursor 0 is also just something I'm very comfortable with. So I think these two are like kind of specific to me, maybe. I feel like a lot of other pros will be like 50-50 maybe. Like this. I quite like 0 here, 100 here. I think for the other ones, I don't really care. Like shop scale, chat scale, minimap scale. I guess minimap shouldn't be too small. That one is pretty important. Like shouldn't be down here, you know. objective planning scale, death recap scale, practice rule scale, like all of this is just whatever, right? To me, the big three in interface is HUD, cursor, and minimap. Those are the ones you need to like actually think about what you're doing with. I think 50 minimap feels alright. Mouse, I like 0. Just feels like I can be more precise. Also more similar to this mouse, you know? Do you see this one? It feels more similar in size if you use it 0. Because if I use this 150, it's like way bigger than this one. Do you understand what I mean? I'm kind of feeling the new cursor though. I haven't used this one in a long time, but I'm kind of feeling it. Because this one is also more similar to the Windows one, right? Before I was using Legacy Cursor. Is one better than the other, or is it kind of whatever? Feels like it's maybe easier to be more precise with this one. But it's harder to see when you use champions only, because it's only the red dot instead of the outline. Maybe we do this. Then I have show health bars, that's correct. Animations, just pointless, I think. Loss of control UI. Basically what loss of control UI is, if you get stunned, there's going to be this white bar above you that says like stunned, feared, rooted, and having this one basically gives you that bar. As far as I'm aware, that's what this setting does. It gives you that bar and it's like ticking down if you're CC'd. You basically, let's see, level up. If I W this dummy, it will say rooted and you see this white bar. I think if that one is not there, I'm pretty sure I don't get the bar. Let me refresh CD. Yeah, you see, I don't get the bar above the head of the enemy. This rooted, and then how long they're rooted. So if this one is off, you don't know. It doesn't say rooted, and you don't know how long they're rooted. So this one is very important to have on, I think. And streamer mode is just the first box of the 3 boxes that you can tick. So this one is kind of whatever if you tick the other 2 in my mind. Health bar animations, pointless once again. I don't know what this one actually does. Show last hit assist, I don't know what it does. It's added on this patch. I have no idea. Let me just check if games have started. No. I kind of want to continue this because I'm really feeling it. So I want to do this. I have champion name over champions. I think it's either champion name or none in my mind. I think none is also an option just to get the clutter out, right? But nowadays, I feel like with skins and everything, sometimes it's hard to tell what champion it is. So I kind of like having the champion name above. But in my mind, if it's not champion name, it should be none. None would remove clutter though. I'm gonna try none actually, just to remove a little bit of clutter. I think it might be correct to have none. It's just confusing sometimes with the skin. I don't think you should never have summoner name here. Never, never. It's none or champion, I think. I'm gonna try none a bit. Notification, screen flash on damage is really bad. Champion highlight on camera center. I think this one is fine. Basically what this one does is when you hold space, you get this like arrow above your head and a circle. If you have this one off, when you hold space, there's no indication that you're holding space. But I feel like once again, this is kind of just clutter, right? This is more if you can't find yourself in a team fight. Which I usually feel like I can. I don't usually have an issue with knowing where I am. But I think if you do have an issue knowing where you are in a team fight, this one is a good setting. Because it gives you this indication when you're holding space. I personally don't have an issue with this. I think it might even bother me, you know, if I click space and then this one shows up every time. You see it? Every time it just shows up.